I am besmirching your, perhaps your political opinions with the title of this podcast, but
Oh, what is it? Lay
it's
it on me.
it's time to ban guns. That's a little bit.
It's time to... You're insane.
That's what I'm calling it. We had those mass shootings today or yesterday in El Paso. 20 people were killed. Yeah. And I mean, we could get into.
Maybe over here. Maybe over here, but
we will get into a lot of stuff, and I've been somewhat a moderate.
There's an open door over here.
Oh, okay, there you guys are. I've been something of a moderate on gun control. Like, come on, background checks are obvious, right? I think
I'm fine with that.
97% of Americans support them.
Although that's not going to fix the problem.
No, it's not. Look, I will draw a parallel, and this is a very easy parallel to draw because it's almost like there's a very evil script writer that is writing the story of our reality. And he's very bad at plot lines, and he just likes to see characters get killed off, but not the ones anyone likes.
So, George R. R. Martin,
yeah, but a George R. R. Martin who
finishes the story.
Well, yeah, let's.
That dude is going to straight up die, and we're not going to get the end of the series.
It's a George R. R. Martin writing reality, except Game of Thrones, I think, is a little more believable. Where did you go, Rebecca? Okay, you went over. Okay.
You have to go around the building into the door.
Yeah, I followed her around a corner, and then she just disappeared and was inside the building. But there's a door you turn to get into. Yeah. So I was like, where the fuck did she go? Yeah, I'm seeing it lead me. Okay. But there were.
Are we going to get into a gun argument at the beginning of this podcast?
Yeah. Here's my position.
Do you know how many Americans own guns?
I don't care. Do a gun buyback program. Australia did one. New Zealand.
Yeah, like
right after that shooting.
I'm from Idaho, right?
Yes, I know you're probably pro gun.
You're never going to get the people of Idaho to sell their guns back. That's unbelievable and unrealistic.
I mean, there are a lot of laws we pass that are unrealistic that don't have complete coverage.
The same with Oregon, the same with Wyoming, all these rural states.
I know, and I understand that you're not going to get federal agents to go knock on every door and take guns, but
there's gun-free zones in Chicago and Baltimore, and amazingly enough, their violence is like the highest.
You do know that you can drive across the border to Indiana and buy a gun, right, and then go back to Chicago.
They should just make dying illegal. That would solve it.
I think they need to make pretty much every semi-automatic weapon illegal and do a gun buyback program.
You guys gonna follow me?
Where are you at?
You have to climb up the elevator.
And look, you're not going to get rid of all the guns, but if you make it illegal to sell them, and I know prohibition doesn't work, but guns and you cannot grow guns in a bathtub in the fucking back of a trailer behind your house. You can't do that yet, as far as I know. Not with that attitude. You can 3D print guns, and you know what? I know that's an argument we'll have to deal with, but...
Why am I in here fighting by myself?
Because I don't know how to get to where you are.
Yeah, you said something about going up and over. Oh, I see.
Why will you not jump down? I was a lot more moderate on guns, but...
There's even real.
But that
Christ... Some freakiness right here.
After New Zealand had that shooting in Christchurch, they immediately got their politicians to legislate gun control. And the same thing happened in the UK, similar things happened in Australia, and you can say whatever you want, but gun control regulation works. If you take guns off the street, it works. And maybe the game is definitely being weird, but I think it's being weird on purpose. Okay, so you gotta go up in one of these elevators.
Oh, well, fuck, don't let him hit you.
I have no idea to get to where you guys are.
There's like an empty elevator where there's no elevator and you have to hit circle to go up it.
There's no way to hit circle, like... Oh, you climb up a side? I thought you had to go climb a rope.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus.
What the heck is happening?
Are
you alive, Rebecca?
Mm-mm.
I'm being shocked.
I know, he shocked you, right? Like, as I was about to be up.
So
he doesn't die, like...
Some trippy shit. I don't know what you guys are fighting. I don't see anything.
It was like a ghost of a person or some shit. This dude hanging up there.
Well, apparently we showed up just in time to get the rewards.
Inspect body.
There's a dead guy hanging from the ceiling. And he's all like rainbow and stuff.
Maybe you just tased
Yeah,
you.
that was definitely the trippiest thing this game has done so far.
Weird. Quit making me look at the dead guy. God. The camera keeps.
That was his ghost or something.
But when it comes
The
to
ghost was an asshole because he smacked me in the face.
shut up, Rebecca.
Yeah.
When it comes to gun violence in America, something we're told of repeatedly is immediately by the NRA and their fucking lackeys in the media is don't politicize it. Before the bodies were even cold in El Paso, Fox News was running segments about how video games might be responsible. And look,
Did you hear what that one senator from Texas
yes,
said?
I fuck them.
Dude, if we only had more prayer in schools.
If we only didn't allow the gays
That's-
and the
that's the
transsexuals, it's just there was another one I think from Ohio. Let me see what Jared posted. And this shit just so egregious.
Oh, that was the mission.
Candace Keller, whoever the fuck this asshole is. After every mass shooting, the liberals start the blame game. Literally, Fox News was blaming video games hours afterwards. Mind you, there was another shooting in Dayton. And by the way, Biden and Trump, I am not a political politician, and I can remember where these fucking things happened. Okay? I mean, I'm not a fucking
That
mid-70s
Dayton one
fucking retard, but up your game a little bit.
That guy was taken down within a minute, and he still managed to kill him.
Yes, because guns are fucking weapons of mass murder. And anyone saying, like, look, you can kill people with bombs, well, we banned ammonium nitrate immediately after fucking Oklahoma. We banned lawn darts a day after a kid got killed. One kid got killed. Show me the last time 9 people were killed in 30 seconds with a fucking knife.
Somebody needs to pick a mission or something.
There's a side mission over here that we haven't done. Odia Tech Office?
You want me to just pick things?
No, we go to this one. I already got it highlighted, so I might as well. Just travel to the northwestern part of this district. But look, the idea of banning most guns is going to be very difficult to implement, if not impossible. And I'm not saying that you're going to snap your fingers, you're going to pass a law, and it's going to get done overnight. In less rural areas, it'll happen faster because it's just harder to hide a gun for any length of time. But what is uncontroversial, I think, is if there are less guns in circulation, there are going to be less gun deaths.
Well, what about...
In
What I would say
Australia,
is,
they
what
do
about
allow you
location?
to have a single shot rifle.
Yeah, I am
You
fine
have
with
that.
people having,
and
like...
that's perfect for, like, if you have, like, a bear coming into your house and shit.
I'm fine with people
You're
having, like,
fine.
breech load
Single shot
rifles or any other... like, you can have shotguns that aren't semi-automatic. You can have... My dad has a .22. I fired... You know, it's not a very powerful
still
rifle,
have
but
your
that's the last
deer
gun I
hunting
fired.
rifle.
You can get high caliber rifles that don't, fire 50 bullets in 10 seconds. And those will work fine for hunting deer or deterring fucking robbers or any other fucking crazy mind fart fucking fantasy you have. So I'm not saying ban all guns, because, I mean, even I don't think that's
Well, when
necessary.
you put a thing that says ban guns, it kind of sounds like you're saying ban all guns.
Yeah, it is most
So
guns,
you're being
and
sensationalist, just like Fox News.
I am being sensationalist, but at
Nathan
least I'm
is
not.
Fox News.
At least I'm not hypocritical about it. I don't think in this case.
I don't. You literally let me say Nathan is Fox News. And,
Nathan is Fox News. Well, I mean,
You should be disgusted.
let's talk about sensationalist, right? Oh, okay. They died. They just take a lot of shit before they die. So yeah, I don't see a problem with non-semi-auto guns, and I wasn't even extreme enough to say ban semi-autos. I was more moderate on this. Like, why do we need high-capacity magazines? Why do we need? And I don't even want to say like assault-style weapons, because I know there'll be some pedantic fucking gun freak that'll be like, well, actually, AR stands for Armalite rifle, not assault rifle. Whatever. Fuck off. Who cares? So you know what? I'm more concerned about the gun's capabilities than its technical categorization. Alright? And I think we can do shit like what Canada has done to some degree and go, okay, if it fires this fast or holds this many rounds of ammunition, civilians don't need it. Civilians don't need it. And I know it's going to make some people sad, but we look at countries that have violent, evil video game culture like we do, And yet they don't have the mass gun homicide rate that we do, like, you know, Japan. And I know they just had that arson attack, and yes, fucking cue up the, if somebody wants to do it, they'll find a way. You know what? I'm willing to accept that and just settle for making it more difficult. I don't have to eliminate every mass killer. I am perfectly content to get rid of all the fucking idiots who are too lazy to do anything more than pick up a fucking assault rifle and kill fucking 10 people in 30 seconds. Alright? Is that fair? Can we at least agree that even that bit of fucking work is progress? That is good.
I don't know. You're sounding like a dirty liberal.
I know. Well, actually, I'm to the left of dirty liberals, but, you know. So yes, I mean, we all have to accept the fact that there is much evil genius in the human fucking mind, and they will find a way to kill people. That doesn't mean we need to make it easy for them, alright? I'm a pretty dumb person in a lot of respects. I can drive my ass up. Literally, Rebecca knows the layout. She can confirm this. I can drive 10 miles up the road, go to a roadside gun shop, probably buy a fucking AR-15 or a similar type weapon, and be killing people probably the same day. I can probably take her credit card.
There's actually a gun show that regularly goes on that's just down the road from us. So yes, actually you can.
Yeah. So...
The gun show loopholes.
Now look, I play first-person shooters, and I find it, yes, ironic that we are playing a game where you run around post-apocalyptic DC murdering people with guns while I rail against gun violence.
Murdering bad people.
Murdering bad people, yes, like immigrants,
Yeah, but what
right?
makes them bad?
But,
Just other
because they're
factions
out front.
survivalists.
yeah, and so, you know...
I don't know where we're supposed to go.
And I come from a place that's fairly rural too. My family does anyway. Stevens Point, Wisconsin. There's a lot of deer fucking killing in that place. All right, we'll put it that way. It's not Idaho. There's there's still some people that live there, but I was going hunting with my dad and uncle when I was young, and they fucking had me firing handguns when I was fucking 8 years old and shit. So I'm not saying I'm a gun expert, but I'm not, you know, I didn't grow up in a city where I've only ever seen a gun on TV. They're loud, they're unpleasant, they're annoying. There's no comparison between firing a gun in a video game and firing a gun in real life. I mean, I can say that from first-hand experience. Anyone saying that this desensitizes us is just full of shit. They're speaking of fucking NRA, Fox News talking points. There is a very visceral and distinct difference. Huh?
The Penn and Teller episodes?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
saw
pretty
it.
overwhelming evidence that they're bullshit.
Yeah. And if anyone hasn't seen that episode, the main centerpiece of that episode is they had a kid who played violent video games, and they took him to a gun range with another gamer who was former military. I can't remember what exactly he did. And he was very responsible. I think the kid had like eye and ear protection. They took him down to a range and they fired off a shot from a rifle. And the kid was like, what, 11, 12, something like that? You know what the kid did after firing that rifle? He cried. Because guns have a lot of recoil, they're really fucking loud, and they're... Like, remember that No Russians clip you watched earlier, Rebecca, where that guy just, like, turns the fucking rifle sideways and is just, like, casually killing cops one-handed with a rifle, and it's like, bullshit!
I fired a fucking 22, I wouldn't fire a 22 one-handed. Let alone a fucking automatic rifle.
So, I mean, it's a lazy, tired fucking talking point. And,
It's this is what talking heads do. They don't know any better. They've never been in that situation.
Oh, don't know. You're giving them way too much credit. They're not naive. They're corrupt. They're paid to lie. They know. They know. There's no way they don't know. And if they don't know, I don't know. I'm not willing to give them that much credit. Yeah.
Well, the point being they're either ignorant or they're liars.
Yes, and yeah, I guess I can't hedge that bet,
Both
but
are just as bad.
Yeah.
And either way, nobody should fucking listen.
And you know, if we're talking about things that desensitize people and incite violence, and yes, this is more political than I like to go, because we are directly talking about guns and video games, because you know what? Fox News made it an issue. And various conservative, let's be clear here, elected officials made it an issue. But if we're talking about desensitizing people, there is no question at all whatsoever what inspired the El Paso shooter. None. He had enough fucking guns that he spelled out a word with his guns. Did you see this, Greg? Do you know what this word was?
I didn't hear about this.
Trump. I can send you an image. I'll get that image later because I have it saved. He wrote a manifesto. His purpose was to kill Latinos. I think later he told the cops he wanted to kill as many Mexicans as possible. In his manifesto, he called it an invasion. Look, this is exactly the fucking rhetoric that Trump says. This is exactly it. And I don't really care what you think about Trump. You have to admit he is out there inciting violence. And how many times do we need to see these people go in and kill minorities, ethnic minorities, and then we find that, they've been fed a diet of fucking Donald Trump and Ben Shapiro over and over and over again. So, if we're talking about things that dehumanize people and incite violence, and you want to go and pinpoint video games for that, I think I have another suggestion of where you can start looking. And I think mine is just a tidbit more plausible. Now, the second shooter, and this was the real reason we're talking about guns, because we're Americans. It doesn't matter who gets killed, how many, under what circumstances. We've gotten used to it, right? It's just another day in America. 2 dozen people get murdered by guns. Whatever, it happens.
After 7 dead in Chicago this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, this
is a gun-free city.
Yeah, but you can get the guns from literally 20, 30 miles away? This is a problem. You can't ban guns in... I can't ban guns in my house. No, you can ban guns, but you can't ban guns in one area.
But it doesn't matter.
If you do a buyback and you look, when Bill Clinton,
I see what you're saying.
Every state.
yeah, you can't ban it in a small locality. And yes, they will still run the guns across the border and shit like that. And it will take time because you have to
senators will run guns. Remember that guy?
Yes, I remember that California senator who was complaining about video game violence. Right?
Yeah,
I got that right?
He was running guns.
I have no idea where you guys went or how to get to where you guys are. I keep getting lost in this fucking game. They really need breadcrumb trails.
They have a marker that shows you what to fucking go to. You just need to follow me.
If you get too close to it, it disappears.
Okay, so I run outside, and where does this marker go?
People coming in.
Okay, the marker's over here.
Stay in here. There's a jillion people.
Oh, I have to go through this window. Okay, I'm at you guys now. I ran in here and there's a guy right behind me already. Okay.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, there are caveats when I say ban guns. You're not going to ban guns tomorrow, and then 2 days later there will be no more gun violence. You have to get these things off the street, and you're not going to get them off the street in a day. It's going to take years. It has to be a consistent, dedicated policy of keeping these firearms illegal and cracking down on sales and manufacture of them in this country. And a gun buyback program is essential because you have to get it off the streets. That's the only way this works. And Bill Clinton banned assault rifles, and I think gun violence went down by 43%, and then Bush revoked that ban and it went up over 200%. Amazing how that happens, right? There's a direct correlation between the availability of guns and the number of people killed with them. And it's not just in America, it's between other countries too.
I think you're the only one alive.
Oh shit. Well, that is a horrible idea.
Yeah, somebody come help me down here.
I'm coming. I think I might have a shot on you.
I'm surrounded on both sides.
Okay, I got you, Greg. So that's what I'm saying. When I'm saying ban guns, I mean you do a gun buyback program, you specify capacities and fire rates, and you target guns that exceed that, and obviously all mods that are designed to skirt the rules. And it has to be a consistent policy over years that you have to be reasonable and responsible about this and understand it. And if you don't have a similar position on guns. You're just not serious about stopping it. You're just not. Oh, there are guys over there. Are you still down, Rebecca? Okay, I see you. Oh, is Ari getting you? Yeah, Ari's getting you, I think.
Yeah.
I got you.
And, I mean, like I was saying, the thing that set off this particular podcast episode is, 12 hours after the El Paso shooting, there was a shooting in Dayton. So, I mean, we've had more mass shootings this year than we've had days, and it just kind of highlights the point of problem when we can't go a day without having two. So, I mean, I guess if you're being optimistic, these two weren't as ambitious as the Vegas shooter, because they only killed collectively half as many, so... And look, nothing happened after Sandy Hook, and if nothing happened after Sandy Hook, nothing's going to happen after these. Nothing.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
And nothing will happen while we have a Republican in the White House and a Republican majority in the Senate. That's just another fact. And even the Democrats, you have to cull a lot of them in their ranks, because a lot of them take the money too. And I am fairly skeptical of what Americans call democracy, but we did have one point of interest recently, and that was Puerto Rico. And if you want guns dealt with in any sort of timely manner, that is what you have to do. You have to get on the streets, and you have to march. And the thing about these politicians, they are very pro-gun and very pro-war, but they are giant fucking pussies. They are bagmen for the real criminals in this country. The corporations, the people selling these guns, people profiting off of American deaths. And all these politicians are cowards who are taking money from people richer and, frankly, more powerful than them. And you can scare them. You can intimidate them. You can protest and march and raise your voice and yell, and you will have a positive impact. That's what Puerto Rico taught us. It's just anything less than that is not going to get rid of guns anytime soon. The only other thing you can possibly do is mass, concerted, sustained political effort to get them out of office. And frankly, I'm skeptical of the Democratic Party's foundational capacity to achieve that.
They can't even be honest about their candidates.
Yeah, I mean, they rigged a primary and then they lost to Trump. I mean, can we condemn them any more than that?
That's pathetic.
So, but that's what I think about guns. I'm becoming more anti-gun every time things get anti-gun and anti-functioning American democracy, but you know, they kind of go hand in hand in this case. Every time we have something like this happen and there's no legislative solution to it, and one of the things that strikes me about left-wing activism in America is no matter how moderate you are, how well-reasoned and restrained your policies, the Republicans are going to frame it like you're a fascist, like you're a socialist, like you're Stalin. Doesn't matter what you're going to do. If we say maybe hospitals should be forced to give out a free Band-Aid, right? Just something stupid like that. I don't know. It's a bad example, but let's just say that. Republicans will go, oh my god, they're trying to socialize medicine. They're just going to have gulags where if you go in because you're sick, they will just shoot you. I mean, this is probably not too far off from the rhetoric that they actually use. So if you're going to do any sort of reform, you might as well actually do the fucking reform. And the fucking saggy, dirty balls reform. Not the fucking tepid, I'm gonna fucking play nice and, you know, do a quarter of a half measure. You know, just...
Well, I want to point out real quick. That guy posted his manifesto on 8chan.
Yeah.
8chan is a known white power fucking free speech above all site that should have been monitored and should have been intercepted.
I mean,
that guy
yeah.
should have been on a fucking list.
But here's the thing. Trump...
We can't even successfully
Trump defunded
monitor people on sites like that.
Trump defunded programs that were meant to counter white supremacist terrorism. So, I mean, we can talk about government being too incompetent to actually achieve any of these goals, but you have to look at why the government is incompetent. It's not an inherent thing. It's not accidentally incompetent. It is incompetent on purpose. How many Republicans come out and say they don't like big government? Big government can't do anything right. It doesn't work. Why would you elect these people to work in big government? They are saying they are going to be fucking cancer to the body politic. And then you elect them and you wonder why the body politic is sick.
I selected a side mission down the road.
Okay, lead us on.
How the fuck do you get out of this
It's a
goddamn
long ways
building?
away. Actually, there's a question mark on the way. I'm gonna hit that.
Yeah, I'll just follow you and kill whatever's around you. So yeah, go. If you're going to do any left-wing politics, it's going to be a struggle. Just look at Obamacare. That was a conservative healthcare plan. And they tried to repeal it how many times? 50? So if you're going to do any sort of left-wing reform, do the real thing. Because you're going to have to fight for it like it's the real thing, even if it's not. And it'll be much harder to repeal if you actually pass something worthwhile. This is my opinion on politics, and I think America is way too far to the right. The Overton window is just functionally broken at this point. And gun control is just one of many issues. Yeah, I mean, I'll just put it this way, succinctly, getting back to immigration for just a brief second. The Democratic Party today is to the right of Reagan on immigration. Okay? That's indisputable. That's just... Reagan wanted amnesty for illegal immigrants. Presumably because he understood the role they played in the U.S. economy. How did I get surrounded? That is not a good thing. No, I got surrounded. Where'd you go, Greg?
I'm just killing people.
No. Well, somebody come back and save me. God
Just
knows
just run.
I am down.
I might be able to raise the fight everything.
Because I was fighting enemies that you were fighting, and then you ran off. And,
Oh, kill.
No, I can't save you. My gun's stuck.
Your what?
Gun's stuck.
Oh, this game.
Oh, well, it's simple, yeah.
How do enemies just get behind you like that? It's such bullshit. I can't follow you and help you kill shit if you're just gonna fucking run away.
Heck, Greg.
I'll just read this from Candace Keller. Let me make sure I know who this is again. State representative for the 53rd District of the Ohio House of Representatives. She's a Republican. Okay, let's see what her opinion is. Ohio. After every mass shooting, the liberals start the blame game. Why not place the blame where it belongs? The breakdown of the traditional American family. Thank you, transgender, homosexual marriage, and drag queen advocates. Fatherlessness, a subject no one discusses or believes is relevant. The ignoring of violent video games. The relaxing of laws against criminals. Open borders, in parentheses.
How can you say...
No, let me finish this. The acceptance of recreational marijuana, because you know all those people who fucking went crazy after smoking medical marijuana, or recreational marijuana. Right, Ari?
Yeah.
Failed school policies. Hello, parents who defend misbehaving children, or misbehaving students. Disrespect to law enforcement. Thank you, Obama. Hatred of our veterans. Thank you, professional athletes who hate our flag and national anthem. The Dem Congress. Many members who are openly anti-Semitic. The culture which totally ignores the importance of God and the church until they elect a president. State office holders who have no interest whatsoever in learning about our Constitution and the Second Amendment. And snowflakes who can't accept a duly elected president. Did I forget anybody? The list is long and the fury will continue. And call me a filthy liberal, but I would have to say that almost all of those issues were caused by right-wing policies. If they are even issues at all, which I don't view transgender, homosexual, dragon, whatever the fuck. That's your own personal sexual kink, and if it doesn't hurt anybody else, I don't care. So this is what we are dealing with as far as right-wing politics goes. So if you're not willing to just... One, if you still think bipartisanship is a thing, you're insane and you need to get out of politics because you are incompetent. These people do not care about... You cannot reach a sensible bipartisan solution with somebody like this. You can't. Halfway to crazy homophobe is still pretty fucking bad. So I don't want to reach across the aisle to people like this, unless it's to smack them in the face. So let's...
doing a propaganda broadcast?
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Let's dispel that notion whatsoever. Oh, how do you guys run past people and then there's enemies in front of me? Okay, Becca just blew some up. Alright, I see where you are. So, anyone have any thoughts on gun control, politics, any of these issues before we move on to gaming?
Let's just please move on to gaming. I hate this shit so much.
As soon as I get on some fucking asshole who smacks me in the head with their gun.
Yeah.
Fucking dick.
Alright, on to gaming then. The Switch worldwide sales top 36.87 million. Rebecca, when are you going to buy your Switch? Okay, so let's let the cat out of the bag here. Rebecca, you are playing the Nintendo Switch. Is Fire Emblem a good game?
That's not worth $300. It is, but I wouldn't go out of my way to buy it.
Yes, that's fair.
Switch. The only reason I'm playing it is because you already have it. Now, you wish I would buy a Switch in the fucking game so that...
You'd leave mine alone.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd say there's enough good games on the Switch. It's worth a purchase.
No, that's what I said. And I made a list of all the games I wanted, and Fire Emblem Three Houses was just the one that... It didn't nudge it over the edge. It was pretty close. Fire Emblem Three Houses catapulted the Switch over the edge, and I mean, what can I say? I saved up and bought it, so here we are. Are you enjoying Fire Emblem, though, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Okay. So not a complete waste of money.
Doesn't mean I'm still not discussing about the existence of Nintendo.
Yes, they are a bad company, and they do things I don't like. But they also make some good video games.
Every once in a while. But most of the shit's garbage.
Most of the shit's garbage. This is what I have to put up with.
It is.
Oh, man. I went a little overboard there. Little overboard.
Oh my god. They're all over the fucking place.
Yeah. I could save you from getting kinked in the back of the head.
Did I revive? Why didn't it revive you?
No. You stopped right before it was full.
Oh, I over anticipated. But yeah, the Switch is at almost 37 million units. So here's the real question, and this is the one where I love being a shithead. Do you think the Switch outsells the Xbox One by the end of the year?
What's the Xbox
Yes.
One?
We don't know, they stopped reporting, but we're guessing around 40. Keep in mind, Pokemon.
Yes.
Oh yeah, they'll do it. They'll do it.
That is exactly why I said yes. Even though I personally think that Pokemon game is some fucking low effort garbage.
Oh yeah. Now, if
Yeah,
Nintendo
but
should sue
Nintendo
anybody for making low effort copies of their old games, they should sue Nintendo.
It should be the Pokemon company. No, there's the best thing you said all day.
Okay. Well, really, I thought I made some salient points about gun control.
No, it was the Pokemon comment.
Okay. Well, I will admit that is the best without accepting it's the only good thing I've said. But yeah, the number of sales for various games, in case you're wondering about attach rates or any of that other shit. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, 17.89 million. Super Mario Odyssey, 14.94 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, 14.73 million. That's the only game so far I have. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, 13.61 million. Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu / Let's Go Eevee, 10.98 million. Splatoon 2, 9 million. Super Mario Party, 7 million. Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, 4.1 million. 1-2 Switch, which just shows that there is no sort of
depths.
Quality control or case or taste.
There's no depths to this shit.
Yeah, 3 million. 3 million for
Oh my
1-2
fucking
Switch.
God, are you serious?
It is the 9th highest selling game on the Nintendo Switch. So
That is disgusting.
Can we-
You remember when I did a guide for Neo?
yes,
Neo is so goddamn good. They got like 3 to 4 million.
dude, I'm pretty sure 3 million outsells Persona 5 for 1-2 Switch. So can we pretend that Nintendo users have any taste,
Why did
any?
you run in there?
Maybe he's not there.
I'll let the charge.
He was so angry about 1-2 Switch, he just wanted to end it all.
You're all safer
Oh.
now. That does kind of piss me off.
Yeah, I
at
know.
least Neo 2 is a thing. But still, like a company can go out there and make a Neo.
I know, man. Hey, look, you know what makes me mad? Planescape Torment, I think, it probably has the best story in gaming. And I will admit that game is flawed as fuck. Like, it is a 2nd edition Dungeons & Dragons game where you can't equip armor. Just weird. And just the way some of the mechanics work in that game is just very odd. I almost think it is held back by being a Dungeons & Dragons game and having to emulate that system. Because people expect certain things, and that game doesn't give you certain things based on the game system it uses.
Oh,
It-
only like red.
It barely turned a profit. Like, it took years to turn a profit. It wasn't really profitable until the fact that it was profitable didn't matter anymore. Like, I think Interplay was dead by the time it became profitable. And there's so many... Like, for 1-2 Switch to sell 3 million units and presumably turn a fairly hefty profit, given the amount of effort that went into it, kind of makes me just, more than almost anything else, crush my faith in humanity. And you know what? Fair enough. Fine. People bought 1-2 Switch because there weren't many games out on the Switch when it came out, and I don't know why. Like, I do another podcast on Saturday mornings, and they are way, 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 way more uncritical Nintendo fans than anybody else on this podcast. Even Ari. Ari at least has, I assume, some concept of value for his money. Like, Ari would go, I don't... Ari, do you own 1-2 Switch?
No, never.
Okay, thank you. I didn't want to praise you
was
too
very
much
sarcastic.
before...
Yeah.
That means he owns it. Just in case you weren't picking up what Ari was laying down.
Uh-oh.
That's not.
No, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Ari, because I'm nice.
No, I don't have it, man.
But Ari's...
You can look. You can look on my. You're on my. friends list. You
I
can
will
look at my
trust you,
games.
Ari. I will trust you. Greg is a consummate liar. Don't trust anything he says.
Shit stir.
He is a shit disturber, and he's such a shit disturber that he will stir shit while yelling at you for stirring shit. That's just Greg.
Yeah.
We know his
It
games
sounded
now.
like he owned it. I'm not continuously dying.
Yeah, but see, Ari tends to not be a sarcastic liar asshole like the rest of us. So I get what you're saying, Greg, but it doesn't apply to Ari.
I think I'm fairly honest. I'm just snarky. Like, I don't outright lie. I just...
Asshole.
Oh, okay. Oh, fair enough.
Like Greg was assuming he was being
Ran out
sarcastic.
of bullets. Ran out of ammo.
Why didn't you use the restock thing? Oh no, I'm outside of bullets too, I guess. Shitty. Some good bullets in my shit.
Hey, Jared!
Hey, Jared!
Been a while.
Did I revive you? I did. I revived you right before I died.
Oh, shit. Crawl over here, because I can't save you there. I'm not going to be able to save you here either. You missed all the fun about the gun debate. We're now talking about Nintendo users being bad. But anyways, this other podcast that I'm on. It's not my podcast. I just talk. And actually, Saturday was pretty fun because there's only 3 of us on there, so I had to carry the ball a little bit more. And we talked about a lot of Fire Emblem. So it was pretty good. You can check it out at Twitch/RPGamer. But they will defend Nintendo a lot more than anyone else I actually talk to.
I defend Nintendo all the time. What are you talking about?
Yes, but you don't defend Nintendo for Nintendo's bad ideas. Like, you won't defend 1-2 Switch.
No,
I'm not saying they will either.
Terrible ideas.
Like their Switch Lite.
See, here's the thing. Nintendo has so many good ideas that it outweighs their bad ideas. No,
come on.
It's dead serious. I'm dead
Greg,
serious.
Greg.
Their amiibos, the sales of their amiibos, the sales of the Wii, the sales of the Switch, the amount of money they got from those 3 things alone outweigh anything you can say.
Fucking sold a shit ton and
that's a very good point. Like, you cannot defend
Nintendo fans will
amiibos.
buy anything Nintendo, regardless of whether or not it's actually good.
Greg, they are selling toilet paper rolls and calling it VR. Now that's good from a business perspective.
It doesn't matter. They've made so much Wii money and Amiibo money and Switch money.
Yes, they can
literally sell you cardboard.
They make a lot of money, but doing bad things, and
stupid.
That's the point. I do not separate Nintendo being assholes and making a lot of money doing it from their just out-and-out failures. Like, I view them too as...
I'm not separating it. I'm telling you that's why they get away with it.
But they shouldn't, and we are more... I'd like to think we are more open-minded on this podcast. Like, Greg, would you ever buy a Nintendo Labo product?
No.
Okay, because you value your money, and it's a bad idea.
It's the same... Here's a similar... Here's a similar example. Some millionaire can just drive his car up to no parking zone, park there, and he'll get a massive fine, right?
Yeah, but isn't he
can pay it.
Isn't he an evil asshole when he does that?
It's the price of him doing business.
Should we be applauding him like he's a good guy when he gets away with shit like that, or should we be going?
He doesn't do it like that.
I don't understand your point here.
People don't view themselves as being evil or making bad decisions when they fucking rob people.
Like, Nintendo is objectively, in a lot of ways, a scumbag corporation. I mean, we can admit... I mean, they're all scumbag corporations. That's the whole point. Like, they all use slave labor in China, so let's get that out of the way. But not everyone is as shameless as to sell us cardboard, right? And pretend that is, like, a innovative gaming experience. After the Virtual Boy, how can anyone defend Nintendo for being just, like, super creative, smart, and innovative?
It's not just selling us cardboard. It's fucking charging, like, $70 for fucking cardboard.
I know, cardboard tubes and calling it VR. Look, for twice the price you can get real VR. And the point is, like, some people, I'm not saying that the people at RPGamer are, like, so deranged that they will spend money on Nintendo Labo stuff. I'm not going that far. I'm not throwing them under a bus. But they will defend things more than I'm comfortable with. Like, the Switch Lite. They were... Some people, not actual staff members, perhaps, but some people in their chat were talking about, oh, man, I've got to go get one. They already own a Switch. Their Switch works fine. Why are you buying a Switch Lite?
They have too much money?
Too much money, and...
Maybe they have the collected bug like I do.
I hope you don't have a collecting bug that bad. You're not going to buy a Switch Lite just to own a Switch Lite,
Dude,
are you?
I literally have $200 Super Nintendo games.
Yeah, that's different, though. Like,
anyone half as bad as me.
No, not half as bad. But still, like, there's collector's value in the Switch Lite. Are you ever going to buy a Switch Lite?
I mean, I'm not putting it out of the...
Do you own a Virtual Boy, Greg?
I wish I did.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay, maybe Greg is at that level, but...
Hey, the Virtual Boy was a worthy undertaking.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was a piece of shit.
There was nothing about
being
that.
A failure. but it was technologically advanced.
It was a 64.
You have headaches.
There was nothing about that was worth doing. Okay, VR in the mid '90s, where you have to play it on a stand with red and black. No.
Is there nothing to be said for pushing the limits?
I used to play all the time.
I'll see if I can get you.
Go into a store. Yeah. And I used to play a tennis game on Virtual Boy all the time.
Yeah, see what you're saying, Nathan, is that pushing the limits is not worth it.
When it's a dumb idea to push the limits, like the Power Glove was pushing limits. If you watch,
if you're wondering why I'm over here, I'm preventing you guys from hitting flames.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good. I think
there's an internet historian video, I think it is, about the Power Glove, and the shit that was originally designed for was so high-minded, and the technology was so good. But to turn it into a glove that can't play fucking Top Gun, come on, that's not a good use of... Just because you are willing to abuse and dilute technology. No, it's diluting technology to sell it so you can wave your hand and crash an airplane. And then put it in a fucking closet and never play it again. Like, that's just a bad idea. There are good ways and bad ways to push technology, and pushing technology in and of itself is not an applause-worthy thing, I don't think. Like...
I disagree.
It's almost saying, like...
I think humanity is born to push limits.
They are, but there are ways you can push limits that matter. Like, okay, I write guides.
And there's ways you can push limits that matter when it comes to selling things and shit, yeah.
I write guides, so I'm like, okay, what do? I'm a wordsmith. I am like a fucking sandwich artist, but with words, right? Fuck you, Subway.
Sandwich artist.
Yes. I was a sandwich artist twice in my life, by the way, so I am double certified in sandwich making here. So,
and yet you always make me make the sandwiches.
I didn't say I was... Well, okay, look. You set up fucking 40 goddamn trays of various meats and cheeses and give me a fucking oven and shit, and I will make you a sandwich. Right? Until you do that, fuck off. You make the sandwich.
Sounds pretty sexist to me.
I didn't think about that. Not my sandwich, but,
First you go, Art.
So right, I write words. I thing craft with words for, I guess you could call it almost a living. So I've got to really just push the word innovation. I'm just gonna make up a bunch of new words and throw it in my guide. And I don't care if the meaning is conveyed or it helps the fucking guide or it's actually useful. I'm just going to make up fucking words.
Cover needs to heal me.
Sorry, Greg, that was me. I came out of the window, got shot, and immediately went into cover, and then I saw you bounce off and die. So. I will retreat to deeper cover. But just because I'm willing to make up words and use them in ways that don't really help.
Pushing technology. I don't even know why.
If you're pushing technology in a way that doesn't actually achieve the end goal of making a worthwhile video game experience, it is the same thing as making up bullshit words.
Consider this example. Did they sell a shit ton and make a shit ton of money?
Of the Virtual Boy? No. Of the Power Glove? No.
No, of Power Glove?
No, it didn't make a lot of money.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Thank you.
And I'm all for pushing technology. And
I'm almost thinking that they did.
Oh, well, we can go look it up. We have the power of the internet. This professional-ass podcast here.
But even if it wasn't the most successful thing, if they made a shit ton of money, did it not accomplish its purpose?
For them, yes. I can't find anything here quickly about it, but... And I like pushing technology, but there are clearly bad, dumb ways to push technology.
Yeah, but you have to take the bad with the good.
Yeah, I mean...
Nearly 1 million.
Sold nearly 1 million? See, I just don't know, unless we know the development costs. Because Nintendo didn't develop it. It was developed for some other function. Like, it was used with music conducting, I think.
It was $75 when it came out at that time.
That's actually cheaper than I thought it was. So 75 million in sales, but like whatever the cost to acquire the rights for it and to produce it and market it, we'd have to know that. Yeah, so they probably ate a lot of the costs.
It didn't come with the game either, so.
Either way, you have to take the good with the bad. You can't just stifle things based on how successful they are.
I will accept the Wayne Gretzky. I will accept the Wayne Gretzky line that you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I assume that's a Wayne Gretzky line.
Every time I see the word suppressed over somebody, I hear zero.
Oh man, my turret is eating him up. Fuck him up, turret.
Yeah, it's just got a shit.
Ooh, is there a way over there? Someone
Yeah.
found a way over there. Okay.
That to the right.
We'll smoke his ass out. But I mean, you also can't let the pursuit of innovation, the so-called pursuit of innovation in Nintendo's case, blind you to the fact that sometimes they're not innovating, sometimes they're just grifting. Okay, there's no innovation to be done with cardboard in gaming.
What are these hyena keys?
I think they just
they have
open random chests around. Do we
There's
need one?
right here.
Oh, yeah, I should have some keys. Unless they expire after some point. So, Jared, you've actually played on a Virtual Boy.
Yes, I did.
Come over here and open this.
How was the actual experience of that?
I mean, you couldn't really play for too long because your eyes started hurting.
Okay, I opened it.
I mean, it's been a long time because the one store I used to go to had a display up front, and that's where I played it.
But was there anything redeeming, like, about the experience or the perspective?
No,
Okay.
not really.
Because I've heard people say that it actually had a pretty good effect, and, like, I'll even have Rebecca vouch for the PlayStation VR's effect. Like, do you remember that game we played with the roaches on the floor and how creepy that was? Yeah, it was a terrible game, but the effect was pretty good.
Reborn, right?
Yeah.
Dying Reborn.
Yeah, those roaches crawling across the floor,
I platinum that twice.
they freaked me out. It's a terrible game, but the VR effect in some of it was good. I'll give it that. And Rebecca, she can't sit here and give like a full-throated
There's a
spiel
question mark
about
I
VR.
highlighted in mine.
Let me try and find Greg. There's Greg. Because she gets sick playing it, but, you know, the effect itself is actually good if you can survive it. And a lot of people, yeah, they poo-poo VR and they're traumatized by all the bad VR in the past, but...
VR?
Huh?
Aren't you getting rid of your VR?
No, I like my VR. I just never find time to play it. No, I actually like the VR effect and hope that PlayStation 5 has a VR2 system that comes out with it. Like, I don't want it to be bundled with the PlayStation 5, but, you know, they should definitely design the PlayStation 5 with VR in mind.
That's a propaganda broadcast. Oh, it's experience. There's a shit ton of people here.
Oh, shit ton of people would be half as many as there are.
Ah, it's my buddy Tony. He's getting rid of his VR. You think I should buy it? Is it worth buying? He's selling a
Get
used
motion
VR
sickness.
system.
Yeah, you'd have to go test it out at his house and try to play for like an hour. And if you get motion sickness, then don't buy it. If you,
I've always been pretty good at like reading in cars and shit.
yeah, I'd still say try it out and see if you like the effect. Because I like the effect, and I would, if my PlayStation VR broke, I'll say this: if it broke, I would try to get $200 to get another one at some point. And I'd feel bad about it because I don't fucking play it enough, but I like it to the point that I do want to play it, if that makes any sense. So, I would, if he lets you test it out, I would definitely take that test and see if you like it. And then, yes, you can platinum Skyrim and everyone will be happy.
I get sick after about 10 minutes with most people.
I can platinum Skyrim for the third time?
Yes, you can.
Or whatever it is.
And Skyrim in VR is fucking trippy. Like, I like that. Being on the back of that wagon and have it swaying around, and it's crazy crap. Craning your neck to actually look at the fucking dragon while you're on the chopping block. It's kind of cool. So, but that's me. I like the effect, and I can see why people wouldn't like the effect, and I can also see that it has a long way to go, and I hope the PS5 helps it get there. But
technology improves so that it's making people less sick.
Yeah.
Because I've always been interested in VR, I just can't do it.
I think there's like a wireless VR system out for PC, and my brain nearly like crumpled when I thought of wireless VR, because one of the problems with PlayStation VR is so many fucking wires. So, if you could have a wireless headset that gave you good fidelity and lasted for any length of time, that would be a significant boost to the medium. And that's one of the few times you'll see me defending wireless shit.
I even get sick with, like, really light phone VR.
Yeah, and Rebecca, she went and bought some drugs to help herself out with it, and they don't help.
No, it didn't help me. A
What
lot of
you-
people do find that if they take, like, Dramamine, it does make it so that they can play. So if you get, like, lightly motion sick, you might be able to play with some Dramamine.
Maybe you needed
My
to...
motion sickness is so bad with that I experience problems for hours after fucking quitting playing it.
Maybe you needed to calibrate the camera and shit better for yourself.
I tried changing it a couple
Oh,
times.
okay.
It's not viable.
Yeah, probably
And
not.
You can't calibrate the phone ones, and they're supposed to be like the lightest possible VR you can do, and even that makes me sick. So, I don't know. I'm just physically not built for VR right now.
At least not this type of VR.
Yeah.
And also, like, there are so many issues with the VR right now that every game has multiple movement schemes. Like, you can essentially move in a mini teleport tile-based format in a lot of games, I think including Skyrim. Because some people just can't handle the smooth turning. I can. And I put myself through the paces with VR by playing Drive Club and just driving around for like an hour. And if that's not going to fuck you up, nothing will. So,
You
apparently
said
I can do
made you
VR.
a little bit
It did.
headachy,
Like,
but
I get a little sick playing VR at around the 5 to 10 minute mark, and then I just overcome it and I'm fine. It doesn't matter what I do after that.
me, it just progressively gets worse.
Like, it takes me a little bit... I'm good at the beginning, and then my body's like, oh, this is fucking weird and motion-y, and not entirely syncing with how it should be. Like, the little monkey software in my brain is like, this is not what I was programmed for. And then, if I just keep playing, the monkey software is like, oh, okay, I guess this is a new reality you live in. Carry on. So... But yeah, there are a lot of pitfalls. You should definitely test it out. And if you can handle it, I mean, I like it. I think it's actually fairly comfortable and has a pretty good effect. So don't follow me. I'm not even going the right way, I'm sure. I think Greg's the only one going the right...
down here, and I don't know.
Greg went in... I don't know where Greg went.
I'm in the building.
Oh, did you go down the stairs and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I guess I went to the right place anyways. In more sales news.
Oh, hey, it's a escort mission. This guy has a health bar. We're in
No. Okay, everyone find Guy. Where's Guy? Greg, where are you with Guy?
I'm one up some stairs and down some stairs.
And around some stairs, and Oh my god, all these places are looking exactly the same. Like, I'm 100% certain we've been in this exact building today. Shit, seriously, Greg, where are you?
Oh, we don't have to... Okay, you only had to follow on the river.
See, that's the thing. When you go and do the quest markers, it gets rid of the quest markers for everybody else.
Oh, really?
At least for a while, yeah. And then we're just like, where the fuck did we...
Yeah, you found me.
Yeah. Okay, elevator time. More sales news. The PlayStation 4 has shipped 100 million units, which I think puts it 4th place all time. Let me see. I looked at this earlier. I should have kept at it. It is right behind... Oh, sorry. It is 6th place. It is right behind the Wii at 101.63 million units. PlayStation 4 is going to crush that. It'll be past that by the end of the year, easy. The original PlayStation, 102.49 million units. PlayStation 4 will beat that by the end of the year. It will be in 4th place all time by the end of this year. And the next one on the list is the Game Boy Color. Now, if you get rid of all handheld systems, the PlayStation 4 is going to be the 2nd best-selling console, home console of all time. If you include handhelds, it will, my prediction, be the 3rd. In its lifetime, the PlayStation 4 will sell at least 120 million units and outsell the original Game Boy.
That's crazy. The Game Boy was so goddamn.
Was so what?
It was so goddamn.
So goddamn awful, too. Terrible, wretched piece of technology. I actually had both a Game Boy and a Game Gear at one point. And I despise...
Game Gear was a wretched piece of technology.
Yeah, like...
The batteries that thing fucking took?
Yeah, it took like 6 batteries for 4 hours of gameplay.
Ah! I don't even know where they all came from.
I don't know, but I'm down.
Falling towards the
I somehow managed to survive all that.
The Game Boy, like, was so primitive. And... like, no backlit screen. I know it's fucking 1989. It was awful.
Dude, it was so early.
It was awful even by...
fantastic for
No, it was awful even when it came out. Like, if we're just talking...
Yeah, well, you had to be, like, in light. Or, like, how else are you going to do what the Game Boy did? You're not.
Come on. They couldn't fucking put a backlight on there in 1989. They made attach-ons that tapped into the Game Boy's battery that shined a light on the screen. I'm pretty sure Nintendo could have figured out a backlight.
Well, they could have done better, and it could have cost a ton more, and no one would have bought it.
It wouldn't have cost
it would. Obtuse.
It's not going to cost a ton more to put a fucking light in a console.
Listen, they made it better over time while keeping the affordability down.
They changed it basically not at all for 10 years. I will say this about the Game Boy.
Game Boy Color added color.
That's not the same thing anymore.
Added a backlight. SP added the neat little clamshell.
When did those all come out?
There's somebody else alive that we're supposed to kill.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the Game Boy Color came out in 1998, Greg. That was 10 years later.
If the Game Boy was so bad, how did it sell so well?
Well, people buy a lot of bad shit. The Wii was bad, and people bought it. No, I will say this. You gotta let me finish my...
I jumped up here.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah,
and there's no one here. Damn it. I will say this. The Game Boy was awful. No backlight. The games were primitive. At the very most generous, they were primitive. They were like somewhat smoother Tiger Electronics games half the time. There were some...
This game reached out on this.
They are somewhere right around... Are they in this pillar? No. They're still over here more? No? Where'd they...
Entirely possible. Yeah.
They're right here, Greg. Wherever they are.
You found them?
No, I found where they are on the map, but they're not... Oh, they're moving. No, they're about right here. Supposedly. That's where our hyena assault is. Fucking games. But I will say this. It was cheap as fuck. It fit in your pocket well. And if you just needed to play some bullshit while you were out somewhere, it was a good size for it. And it lasted a while. I mean, it had Link's Awakening, and like the Metroid game I had was pretty good.
New Super Mario Bros. Land 2, or Mario Bros. Land 2, whatever it was, the second one was really good.
I think a lot of the competitors, they overthought what people wanted for a mobile gaming device. Like, trying to take a home console experience and put it in your hand is a good sales point, but the compromises you have to make to get anywhere near that, which I don't think any of them actually did, but they tried, just kind of dilutes the purpose of having it as a portable system. So like I was saying, the Nintendo was a wretched, technologically unimpressive, ugly piece of shit, but if you needed to just yank that fucking thing out of your back pocket and play for 15 minutes, it did it. So now I don't think too many other systems lived up to that. I think the Switch, or not the 3DS did a good job of that. Clamshell design, pretty small, and you can just, play it on the go pretty easily. The Switch is not that.
I'll be right back.
I don't think there's any figuring it out. Did they lock us in here too?
Yeah.
Oh, Division, you glitched us. This is all Jared's fault.
Yeah, Jared recommended the game and then he's never played with us. You know.
No, maybe Monday nights are bad for Jared. I don't know. So, PlayStation 4. Probably on its way to be the third best-selling console of all time. Maybe the second best home console. Well, definitely second best home console. I am seriously skeptical of the PlayStation 4 reaching the levels of the Nintendo DS at 154 million. I don't think that's in the cards. PlayStation 2 at 155 million. No, that's not there either. Although I will say the PlayStation 2 sold like 50 million units pretty much after it was obsolete. So I just don't think the PlayStation 4 is going to have that kind of lengthy appeal, because I think the PlayStation 5 is going to be backwards compatible and people won't feel compelled to hang on to the PlayStation 4 as opposed to upgrading. Like they will take the upgrade. And ironically, I think one of the reasons that the PlayStation... Oh, there's a button over here. Oh no, it's just cover. Never mind, it's fooling me.
I already pushed that button.
Oh, okay. I think one of the reasons the PlayStation 2 sold so well is because the PlayStation 3 sold so poorly. Like, when the PlayStation 3 came out, Sony might as well have said, y'all motherfuckers might as well just stick with PlayStation 2 for a little while longer. Yeah, there's just a guy who's glitched somewhere.
Yeah.
Did somebody just fire... Oh well. So we might just have to leave the game and join it again. Or...
that first.
Yeah.
No, you can fast travel out.
Okay, I'm going to fast travel to the settlement and start another side mission.
Yeah, I'm going to the theater.
And,
Point in that area, if you realize.
Ari has a PlayStation 4, Jared has a PlayStation 4, Greg has 2 PlayStation 4s, and we have 3 PlayStation 4s. So,
I have 2.
You have 2, I have 1. We're up to 7 PlayStation 4s in this. No, we traveled out, and we're going to do another quest now, because obviously the guy's just glitching a wall somewhere. So, yeah. A lot of PlayStation 4 representation here.
There is
Nintendo fan in their natural state. Greg.
Some people even buy PlayStation 4s and smash them on the ground.
Yeah, we talked about that already. That's a can of worms. Jared, tell us your thoughts about that whole debacle.
I don't know. I mean, there's some similarities, and that UI picture I showed was obviously a blatant rip-off in some ways, but I mean, China's not exactly known for originality with games.
Well, Greg took great umbrage with it, and I was like, people have been copying games forever, so...
Yeah.
How many Vita games do you guys own?
Vita? 5 physical Vita games.
Physical? I don't know, probably like 20, 25.
I want to own more, I just... hard to justify buying them.
Yeah, more than I do, dude.
I have 5, but only one actually has...
16.
Only one actually has art, which makes me sad. Because I bought 4 of them used at GameStop, and I got generic boxes. Yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal. I mostly just wanted the games. I know.
The Trump thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, pretty clear where that guy's motivations lied.
I mean, and the other shooter, we don't know his motivations, but apparently he talked about endorsing Elizabeth Warren and other shit, and right-wingers have been using that as a gotcha, but the difference is he didn't write a manifesto saying that he's killing people for the political reasons echoed by the president. I mean, you can be a socialist or a communist or whatever the fuck is and kill people for reasons that aren't actually motivated by your political stances. And you can be a right-winger and do it for reasons that aren't motivated. But the guy in El Paso clearly did it for political reasons. And the guy in Dayton, I mean, one of the first people he killed was his sister. There's a fucking story coming out there. We don't know it yet, and I'm not going to speculate, but...
He went there, yeah. He went there with his sister.
So...
Yeah, there's definitely more to that.
And he has a history, too, of, like, writing a fucking... like a rape and hit list or some shit in high school that he got suspended for, and so I mean, you know, just we'll see. One thing that I always hate though when it comes to any sort of tragedy is people going, "Oh, he must have been mentally ill." I don't think you need to be mentally ill to be a fucking mass murderer. I mean, unless we're just going to call all deviant behavior. It does help. But, I mean, I'll just put this out there. If somebody is telling you that people are invading your country and they're taking your jobs and gonna fucking... They're a danger to you and your family. Is it mentally ill if you go and take up a gun and try and defend yourself from that? I mean... I don't know. I don't think you necessarily have to be mentally ill, and I think it's kind of a cop-out to say, well, they're just crazy, that's why they did something. I don't think you have to be just crazy to do something. Well, like Greg said, it does help. Sometimes. Most mentally ill people are more at danger from the system than a danger to the system, but...
Yeah. Most mentally ill people are not actually, does anyone but themselves.
Well... They're incapable of living what we would call a normal life and engaging with the economy and the social structure in ways that are typically successful and that we would find normative and acceptable. And our views of what normative interaction with the social system and economy are pretty bad already. And since we don't really have any safety nets or compassion in this country, if you are disadvantaged in a way where you're not capable of taking advantage of the system and making a living like that, there's very, very little fucking recourse for you to actually have a good, meaningful life in this system. Because we are more than content with letting these people become homeless and then just deriding them for any reason. So... Well, hey, I'm at another quest. So if people want to come to me, or what are we doing? Oh, we're all in town. Okay.
My inventory was full, so...
Alright, I'll check my inventory here and wait. 19 guns? I don't feel like I've gotten 19 guns. Assault rifle with 1.1k damage. What is wrong with it? Less rounds per minute. It does like twice as much damage as mine. More rounds. Well, yeah, I need to test some of these guns out. No, it doesn't seem that bad, so I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. Maybe it's just a flat double damage boost. I will take it. Oh, and this one has better... You're an SMG, go away. You're an SMG that does a fuck ton of damage. A light machine gun. With a magazine size of, no joke, 45. Kiss my ass. A light machine gun with a magazine of 30? Wow, that's really bad. That's my old assault rifle, I think. I'm not going to use you. Okay. Don't mind me just sorting through weapons. It's what we do. Now this has a little less damage, but a lot more accuracy and stability. Its range tops out sooner, but I don't really need that long of a range. Okay. So let me see how you handle. Oh no, I like you. I'm gonna use this one. Okay. Yay, I found a better gun. I'm happy, and it's twice as much damage as my last one. See, I kind of hate games like this. Where you'll find gear and then it'll become obsolete. And I know the only alternative is just what? Give me weapons that'll last forever? Well, could you have ways to level them up and keep them functional longer? I don't know. Maybe it's not that crazy of an idea. Maybe you can actually just let me fall in love with my gun and keep it forever. Would that be so bad?
Yeah, like in Neo, you could level up your weapons to your current level.
Yeah. See? I'm on board. I need to play Neo so fucking bad. Rebecca? You have to play Neo sometime.
It's just massive drop off of magazine size. I want to keep my 100 round.
Yes. You can't tell me to run through a solid building. That's not useful.
Hey, I found better armor too. Awesome. You don't do what I like. Accuracy. Yeah, you're better. Increasing my defense by like 2,000. Am I getting hit? Oh, it's just you, woman. Bad woman. And what the fuck kind of gun is that? Maybe it's a shotgun, I don't know. Oh, are we starting this quest now?
Oh, I'm the only one here with you.
Okay, good. Because I'm not ready to start the quest yet. Ah, it's a shotgun. I don't want a shotgun. I'll leave that kind of thing to Ari.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm ready. What are we doing?
Oh, just another side quest. accuracy, critical hit damage, critical hit chance. Yeah, you're bad. Oh, so apparently Alex said he kind of just had life shit happen and he kind of spaced on Fire Emblem, so...
So he'll get to it soon?
Yeah, I told him to go ahead and do Chapter 6.
Least, I'm like in month 9.
Yeah, Rebecca's on month 7, or are you at the end of 6?
Middle of
Okay.
And I got Battle
month
4
9?
written up, I just need to save it.
Yeah, Greg's just running ahead and doing the battles. I think there's a lot less convergence than we thought there was in this game, so...
Well, at least in the beginning. I'm really hoping they make it way different at the end.
I know there's at least 2 main paths, and I'm not going to go into anything spoilerific I heard, because that's lame, but... I'm not sure it's entirely split by house. But we'll see. We'll have to see.
Split by decision?
Yeah. It would be kind of bad if...
I'm entering the library. There's enemies here, and no one else so far.
Okay, I'm coming.
I'm surprised Nintendo didn't make 3 separate games.
Yeah, at least they didn't do that this time. You know, I'm not even upset that they made 3 separate games with Fates. I'm just upset that they didn't sell them all physically.
They did. They just cost a shit ton and they ran out soon.
Well, okay, yeah, fair enough. Let's be pedantic. Like, it was impossible to get my hands on any of the Fate stuff, and I wasn't really trying because I didn't know if I would like it at that point. I never played a Fire Emblem, but...
Okay, how did you actually get into this library? I just saw you, and then you, like, appeared in the library.
Here, I'm gonna run out. Come find me, woman face. They do that thing where the dark interiors of buildings are, like, just black until you go inside them. Walk around the edge of the building, woman. While I wait for that, here's some news. Grand Theft Auto and Red Dead Redemption publisher Rockstar Games has been accused of tax avoidance in a new report. Investigative think tank TaxWatch UK states in its report that Rockstar's combined companies paid 0 corporation tax in the United Kingdom between 2009 and 2018, despite lifetime sales of Grand Theft Auto 5 totaling an estimated $6 billion US. Further, TaxWatch claims Rockstar North, the Edinburgh, Scotland-based studio that led development of Grand Theft Auto 5, claimed $70 million of tax credits from Her Majesty's Revenue and Customs over a 10-year period. So, you know, corporation's gonna corporation. I'm not defending them. There's one thing that corporations not paying taxes is just literally the reason why we can't have nice things. Feed strip? Is there a motherfucker with a turret? Oh no, I saw you shooting it. Okay. Well, I scared him out anyways. I don't know what good that does. Rockstar, which is owned by U.S. company Take-Two, apparently achieved this by listing its profits outside the UK, instead declaring a net loss in the UK for the decade ending in 2018. The think tank said, this report also raises questions as to whether an appropriate amount of profit has been allocated to the UK companies involved in the game's development. 7 active companies based in the UK using the Take-Two and Rockstar names declared a total profit before tax of $47.3 million in the UK between 2013 and 2018. However, over the same period, we estimated the operating profit of games published by Rockstar to be in the region of $5 billion. I'm gonna fucking die because I'm on fire somehow. Maybe I'm not actually on fire. You put that turd at my feet instead of freaking game.
Yeah, sometimes it's lame like that.
There's more of them coming. Oh, that's your drone going out. Okay.
Yep, it's a good little drone.
Yeah, good job, drone.
They're really good to work with turrets because they'll draw out these motherfuckers and then your turret will focus and roll them down.
I don't use my turret nearly enough. Oh, are they all below us now? Yep, there's a purple one. Jesus. 3 clips just to get through his armor. I think Ari got him on the stairs. Okay, good enough.
Yeah, I got him. He was looking at you guys and I just shotgunned him.
What a dummy. That'll teach him. Tactical assault gloves. I'm pretty sure gloves don't fundamentally increase your resilience against bullets, but I'm willing to play ball with this game anyways.
I do. They do like 1K protection against them.
Missing the point, Rebecca. Why is somebody shooting a guitar?
That was
You
me.
guys see my fancy new shorts, by the way?
Oh
You guys are all
God.
wearing jeans and knee pads. I'm living it up like it's summer over here.
I mean, it is DC, so it's kind of hot over there sometimes.
Ari's like inside of me right now. Wait.
Okay.
That sounded really. I mean, go Ari.
Here,
He always
here.
talks about
Let's
you doing better than Nathan. I
inside.
think
Did
this
you
may be it.
slut your speech again, woman?
Shut up. Hey, you. His
Okay.
character was inside of mine while we went up in the elevator. On the...
Just stop. Just stop. It's not getting better.
Shut up.
Ari's girlfriend is going to be very angry at you.
Well, having a drone and a freaking turret is just a little overkill.
Nah, I love my healing. I die all the time, but you know how many times I'd die if I didn't have that healing? That turret is pretty fucking sweet, though.
It draws aggro too. Like, if there's a boss thing, it's gonna want to try to kill your fucking character before anything else.
Pretty sure we're murdering the fuck out of these people. As you do, you know. Ooh, is there a heavy? Yeah, there is.
Guy running up on you, maybe.
Nope, he got me. I think, somehow.
He did. I'll shoot him, but...
Time to switch to my LMG. Alright, The Outer Worlds is coming to Nintendo Switch! Yay! I guess. I don't know. I can't imagine why anyone would play this on the Switch.
First choices thing with the power?
No, I've already decided I'm getting this game, so I'm not watching any more on it. I'm fine.
They were just showing off how choices matter.
Do they actually seem to matter?
I mean, just as much as they need to see.
Previews were pretty much calling it New Vegas in space.
I mean, that's an endorsement.
Yeah.
So.
I hate how you enter these fucking buildings. You can't see shit.
Well,
Yeah.
in a way, it's an endorsement, but in a way it makes you go, is that the same kind of problems that New Vegas did technically?
Let's hope not. But
Oh, here's a good question. If it did, would you still buy it?
no, not at full price.
Yeah, that's fair, actually. I still remember the PS3 save problems.
All the problems, so fucking many.
Well, I mean, they're not running on fucking Bethesda engine.
Look, don't buy this game on the Switch. I am pretty negative to Nintendo, but I don't hate the Switch. I'm saying this because it is a Obsidian game. They are not very good at fucking bug hunts. Okay, let's just be honest. And the Switch is an underpowered console. The last thing you want is to mix Obsidian and RAM issues together. Just from experience. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. Just my suggestion.
Alpha Protocol is pretty buggy.
I mean, I love Obsidian, and I just wait and see how the game performs on the Switch before you go buy it, would be my recommendation.
Switch owners don't care, they'll still buy it anyway.
I know, I'm speaking to fucking... Speaking to the deaf, but...
Yeah, if you're speaking to Switch owners, you're not usually speaking to sensitive people.
I didn't sign any NDA, so I can probably say this, but I've been asked to write a guide for the Outer Worlds, and it's the only game like that I should have pre-ordered this year that I still haven't. And nothing is set in stone yet, but that might happen down the line. We'll see how that goes. But might be worth disclosing. I haven't bought it yet. I probably will. We'll see how everything plays out, but it does seem like the sort of game I would write a guide about. So,
That's what, end of October?
yeah. And I don't have anything else planned for that time, so you know, if nothing comes up, I'm inclined to try it out. So. And honestly, I can't think of what else I would rather write about at that time in the year. Like, I'm sure Borderlands 3 will be fine to play and all, but It's not the most interesting as a guide project, really.
Yeah, I thought we were always been that together.
It'd be a pretty simple guide. I'm sure I'd have fun writing it if that was the case, but something like The Outer Worlds is just much more interesting as a project to me. So, hey, I leveled up again! Yay! We'll see how it goes. I don't like advertising projects until I actually am starting it. Like, that's why I was hesitant to actually say anything about Fire Emblem until it was 100% confirmed and we were actually starting to write. But
yeah.
That's mostly just because I'm pessimistic and I'm like, I could say I'm writing a guide for this and then something that could fall through and then just... We'll see. Everything's a we'll see. I don't have any concrete plans after, like, Fire Emblem, Fell Seal, and Touhou Luna Nights. Those three, I think, are fairly guaranteed. I mean, I'm almost done with one and in the process of writing another, and Greg has done a lot of the work on a third, so those seem safe to talk about. But poor woman face.
Yeah, that's a good question. I guess the way we came.
I'm not the only one fucking lost, I guess.
I know, fast travel. Hey, let's go try that other quest that fucked us last time.
Yeah. Let's do this control point.
Is there a control point? Where do you... Which one?
Yeah, right underneath the quest.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna travel back to the settlement, sell some shit, and then run down there.
There gotta be an easy way to get in here.
Also, Gamer Guides approached me about writing Baldur's Gate, at least the first guide, and I am inclined to do that because one of the guides that... I mean, I've looked at the guide recently. It's going to need a lot of work because this was back in the day when I was still only working in text, and one, I refuse to do that anymore, and two, that's not the format. And there's a lot of references to various other points in the guide where you can follow via hashtags.
On GameFAQs.
Which post?
Kevin's like, yeah, well, you could always...
Oh, yeah. I mean, I could, and... I mean, he's right, but also I spent the last 5 years writing formatted guides. I like my links, I like my media. I especially like NeoSeeker that it lets me be so creative with the HTML tables and put little fucking icons in places, and I like that a lot, so I can't go back to just text.
Well, you can struggle and do the same thing in the Apex. You've seen my E8 guide, right?
Yeah, I know. I don't like...
Not that I did any of the media for that, but it still looks fantastic.
I'm not saying text guides inherently look bad. I don't like them anymore.
The guide I'm writing for, I can't do media for, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice, but...
Well, I mean, I can still do maps and stuff like that, but not traditional media.
What guide are you writing for? Is that still NDA?
I mean, things are going to go slow right now.
Okay. Well, I still don't even know what one you're writing for.
So I'd rather not say.
Okay. No, if it's NDA, don't just say. I can't say. So. Ooh, light machine gun, 50% more damage. It's got a smaller clip size. Nah, I'm gonna stick with my 200 round fucking clip.
Yeah, I can't go back.
Do you have a 200 round clip gun too?
No, I got 100, but all the other weapons are like 30 or 20.
Yeah, no, you can't go below fucking... Ooh, that's interesting. LMG damage, turret skill power, skill haste.
Yes, please.
It's being sold at this place, so you might be able to buy it too.
Well, you can buy it for me. How much is it?
I can't buy it for you because I can't give it to you. 612? Yeah, I have over 4 grand. Yeah, it's a holster. You don't get all those things at the outset. You have to unlock them. Those are set bonuses. LMG damage, turret skill power, and skill haste. But The attributes on the actual item itself are health on kill, skill haste, and critical hit damage. So. Nah, I'm not gonna buy that.
I'm in this control point.
Alrighty, let me equip my shit.
Can't see shit here.
LMG damage, I will take it. Yes. So we'll see how things pan out.
Why is this place like full of red death now?
Behind you, Ari, to your right, to your right.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, there's an enemy. Hopefully.
I got you.
SMG damage. You go fuck right off.
Ah, shit.
Maybe we should have waited.
Oh, maybe a little.
Here I come to save the day after you're dead. Yeah, I'm nowhere near you guys, so.
Oh, he's still here? Yeah, you're right.
I just left, so. But yeah, we'll see how things go for the rest of the year. I mean, the real grand prizes are Final Fantasy VII Remake and Cyberpunk 2077. So I want to burn as few bridges as possible because wherever I can get those guides, those projects will be something to do. And I'm really looking forward
to this. I really
to
hope this fucking storm of whatever fucking shit this is going away.
Yeah, this is new, isn't it?
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
You should have bucket of ash.
What the fuck would I ask?
What the fuck is that from?
I don't know.
Is that you just being a dingus?
I don't know. I thought there was something like that.
I drew them in this alleyway and made a kill zone. Ari.
I thought you died.
I did.
Oh, okay.
There's so many enemies.
Oh, what is this YouTube clip and why do I have it? Oh, that Remnant from the Ashes game that I shared with you, Greg. Did you watch that trailer?
I think so.
So it's a third-person game that's kind of like Bloodborne with random loot drops.
Oh. Yeah, I watched that. I actually shared that with my work people too.
Yeah, that actually looks kind of interesting. Like, it just crept up on us, and I'm like, I mean, 3-player kind of sucks balls, but...
Yeah, but it looks like it's basically Bloodborne shit.
And we have enough, I think, on our plate that we can safely put it in the wait for it to go on discount list, but definitely worth keeping an eye on.
That thing will go on discount pretty soon, too.
Yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for, what, Vermintide to go on sale? Vermintide 2? So, we've got a few games that are... Torchlight 2, that's another one that I'd be interested in playing on the podcast, but looks like this Division game is going to last us a while, and then maybe Borderlands 2.
I kind of like this game.
It's better than I thought it would be. More annoying than I thought it would be at times, but whatever. They're all like that.
It's as annoying as I thought it would be, and
I didn't expect it to be so loot grindy, and look, it's a multiplayer game where you level up, get better gear, and it's easy to just join and play with each other.
Yeah, that's the best part about it. It is easy to join and play with.
And it seems like damning with faint praise, but we played a lot of games that were just so fucking stupid with their multiplayer, and for no good reason. It's just like, why? Why is this so convoluted? Just let it be. Just let us all go into a world and kill shit together and level up and get stuff and... Damn it. Are we defending the place from enemy attack now?
Yeah.
I've got high ground. which means I can't see half of anything.
I followed you up here. I didn't know where you were going. I just started following.
Oh, Ari. That's the most Ari thing you said all night.
He does that all the time.
Like, Ari... I wouldn't say Ari's bad with his money, but, like... you were asking earlier, is Borderlands the only $60 or last $60 game we're buying? And I construed that as you being like, please don't make me buy more games.
Oh, no. I was just asking if that was the next one.
Okay. I mean, we usually don't get $60 games for this podcast, because anything we play on this podcast, I have to buy twice. So...
Right. No, I just wanted to make a mental note of what the next game was.
No, it's Borderlands, yeah.
That, and Jared and I tend to tear through these things.
Mostly you. Jared will stop and smell some roses. Greg's like, let's fucking do it! 3 hours later, well, that was fun. What's next?
And not to mention that Greg has a tendency to play off the podcast.
Greg.
Yeah.
What? I have not done that once with this game.
No, I played off podcast with this game, but...
If anything.
Well, that's when I get the time to sell my shit and fucking consolidate skills.
Other games, I saw, I'm like, oh, Greg's playing it. And, like, he's like, oh, I see he has a platinum for it.
Yeah.
And then he's asking about the next podcast game. The rest of us are like, we've only played it for the podcast twice now.
That reminds me, have I praised Fell Seal enough on this podcast yet?
Actually, I don't think we really talk about it.
I haven't bought it yet, so...
Yeah, I don't know what you're going to lead into.
Well, I platinumed it. I finally finished it. I've got all the things. The guide still has a good bit of work to do, but now that I've platinumed it, I feel like I can actually talk about it more completely, and this isn't really a review games podcast, but I would go so far as to say that for a strategy RPG, yeah, I'd go ahead and give it a 9 out of 10. The story actually gets really good at the end. It's got good depth. There are power combos, so there's a mix of you can fuck around and mix and match classes and play around with that and min-max stats and all that fun shit, but there's also some things that if you just want to power a game, go Lord War Mage and kill everything. So, I mean, it kind of should appeal to almost everybody, as long as they like strategy RPGs, I should say. It's got enough difficulty options.
3 houses or Fell Seal?
Did I what?
Did you buy 3 houses or Fell Seal?
I'd probably stick with 3 houses because there's part of me that's fairly superficial and I like the art and character design a lot better in 3 houses.
Has a lot more production value put into it.
Yeah. But it's not something I can just like hands down say 3 houses just obviously wins. I mean, it takes some pretty good production value, and if we're talking about as far as pure gameplay goes, Fell Seal will probably get you further, just from a strategy and tactics and diving into all the skills standpoint. And it's also fairly forgiving. Like, you can reset your levels to level 1 and re-level from scratch if you want to, and you can fuck with the difficulty settings to make it much harder or much easier. So, I mean, if you are inclined towards that type of game, this is one of the better ones I've seen in a long time. So, it stands to be in consideration, and even in comparison with something like Fire Emblem, in my opinion. So, if you've got that tactics itch, and it's, like, starting to get inflamed and shit, you know, apply some Fell Seal. It might help you out. So, and also, not a very difficult platinum. I mean, it's going to take some time. You're going to have to do pretty much everything in the game, but it's not really hard. So, if that makes any sense. Are we doing a propaganda thing or what?
Yeah.
Okay. So I highly recommend it. Like, 9 out of 10 is about as good as I will easily give a game, but you know, I picked it up for a $30 For a $30 tactics game, I mean, I don't know what the fuck more you could want. Maybe slightly better production values and better animation, but I mean, come on. How nitpicky are we going to get?
Say thank you to Ori and myself, because I think we're pretty much what kept you alive.
Good job, you. You did your purpose.
I think
You had a bunch of
knows
things
what.
coming up behind you.
Go on, Jared.
Nathan knows what games I've been addicted to.
Dragon Quest Builders 2?
Yep.
Have you beaten that, right?
Yep.
Can you give us a mini review or something?
Yes.
Okay. Jared's like, why do you think I'm here today?
He must really like it. He's just like, yes, I will do that.
No spoilers. He really likes it.
Yeah, but a lot of quality of life improvements from the first game.
How much better does having Malroth make the entire fucking experience?
Great. Platinum's definitely easier than the first game because you don't have those fucking speedrun challenges.
Did you platinum it?
I'm 2 away.
Oh, okay. See, hear that, Greg? It's fun and easy to platinum, and Dragon Quest.
The speedrun thing did kind of work in the first one.
It can probably be done pretty easily once you learn the game, but it's also one of those things that you have to actually like
There's
try.
guys out there too.
Okay. Like, what would you say? About a 4 out of 10, maybe, to do?
For what?
The speedruns in the first game.
I never did them.
Oh, you haven't tried any of them?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
The second one, I mean, obviously the biggest quality of life improvement is no fucking durability.
Yes.
Oh wow, that's a big change.
I mean, it has a lot of similarities with the first game. There's a lot of, as you get on with the game, there's a lot of stuff added. Like, even something small is like, oh shit, I can do this. I can try to build this. Like the first island you go to is a farming island. So you're growing a bunch of crops.
Well, Rebecca's buying it.
Speaking of growing crops, I've been playing Harvest Moon non-stop for like 2 weeks.
So that's where all the Fire Emblem progress has been going.
Greg, I've been relying on you to do all those fucking speaking things. Actually, since you're doing blue lines, they're probably not the same.
Speaking.
What are you talking about, woman?
When you talk to the different people in Fire Emblem, and you have to use the
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've got a few of them done. I got a perfect tea time with Manuela. And like 5 or 6 tea times where I'm 2 out of 3.
Is she not the thirstiest bitch you've ever fucking
That's why I was laughing.
She is a super
Manuela.
thirsty bitch. Alright, let's get back to Dragon Quest Builders 2.
It's a pretty lengthy game. I think I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Damn.
I mean, I didn't try multiplayer. The multiplayer doesn't even fucking unlock until after you finish the first island.
I mean, the reason we did have a pre-order, Rebecca, and we canceled it, it was going to be a podcast game, but then we found out the multiplayer... Yeah, the multiplayer wasn't really... You can't really do a podcast with it. There's no point. Greg would never stand for us doing vanity building projects that don't get him any trophies.
Ah,
I mean, you
Yeah,
could
but
work
Ori
for trophies while doing that stuff, but...
through Minecraft.
Yeah, but we got a whole bunch of trophies
Yeah.
doing that.
But you know how much fucking shit was done on the podcast? I did it in my off time
Yeah, but see,
for you guys.
Minecraft's different. PQ Builders is progression based. I mean, you played the first one, or I don't know if you did. You play the first one, Greg?
Oh, Dragon Quest Builders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so you know how you're not gonna get all your recipes right away.
Well, you can't really do anything that would get you too many trophies, or even help your single player experience when you're doing the multiplayer. You're just on someone's island, you know, maybe planting crops, but I don't think those help all that much, do they?
I mean, you get food, but every time you go off to the new island, you can't take anything with you, so...
Yeah, so, I mean, it's... Like, the multiplayer aspect of Dragon Quest Builders 2 seems entirely divorced from any sort of progression that is in the main game. Which...
I mean, it's been a long time since I played the first game, but, like, once you finish the story island, you unlock little islands that you can go to, and if you find all the items on a checklist, you get an unlimited amount of two materials.
Yeah, so I mean that's why we canceled it. We had I had Fire Emblem. I knew I wasn't gonna have time to play it, and it wasn't even gonna be good for the podcast. So no reason to spend $60 on it.
Like by the end of the game, you have unlimited amount of like 10, 12 materials. Like the basics, like you can get unlimited wood.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty.
The biggest quality of life change that I saw in 2 from playing the demo, besides weapon durability, which is fantastic, and nearly unlimited storage, is if you are like collecting a specific material, like let's say you cut down a tree, your Malroth dude will go and collect that shit for you as soon as you cut it down. And he might not be perfect, but he helps.
If he can break it, he'll collect it.
Yeah. So, just...
storage could still use a bump up in...
Shit, that guy's behind us.
You get a bag. Like how in the first game you had those big treasure chests, and they had like 3 pages. But your bag in this game had 7 pages. Like, I mean, once you reach like a good ways into the game, like you might start running into some inventory issues.
Can you build chests and stuff though?
Yeah.
Okay. Like Rebecca will have inventory issues because she will have 4 pages of wood. That's just how it's going to be.
But once you get unlimited wood, you're not going to need it anymore.
Oh, she'll collect even more wood after that.
Infinite and 1.
Rebecca, I'm not lying on you. If you don't like it, that's just...
you don't have to tell me. I saw it when we were playing Portal Knights.
Oh no, we're all dead.
Except for Ari.
Oh, now I'm dead.
How did that happen? I thought you were all alive.
I was trying to raise BK. You ran in front of me and got shot with the dudes. And,
that didn't end out very well.
Because Greg wouldn't crawl back to where we could actually raise it.
You were all alive when I ran forward, so I don't know what the hell happened to you guys.
No, Greg was down. We ran past down Greg.
Yeah, whatever.
And Ari was still alive.
PlayStation Plus free games for August 2019. Anyone want to guess if they're good or if they suck?
I think we had some good ones lately, so they'll probably suck.
Wipeout Omega and Sniper Elite 4. So, I mean, Wipeout Omega looks fine.
But, I mean, they're not bad games.
I was almost tempted to buy Wipeout Omega after seeing my friend play it, but I was going to spend $20 on it. So it's kind of like the perfect PS Plus game where I might try it out, but I don't want to spend any money on it. I need a better light machine gun. This one's taking a little too long to kill things. Well, no, I guess I killed 2 enemies with 50 rounds, so that's not bad for an LMG. Oh. Oh, they're all coming around that side, huh? Yeah, this game gets really difficult every time the AI realizes that it can just tank your bullets and run up to you and kill you.
There's heavy coming around behind you guys, so be careful. From my direction. Fucking heavy. Go away, heavy.
Oh, he's over there.
Oh, there's no way to crawl over to where you go.
I got you.
There's a heavy there.
He jumped somewhere. Oh, he's right up here. Oh, he's dead. Good job, Ari, I think.
Yeah, it was mostly me.
So yeah, actually those games aren't that bad. I'll probably download Wipeout Omega.
There's a whole bunch of people that just entered from down here.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay. They're coming upstairs and running around the corner, Ari.
Yeah, I see him. I'm fucked.
Yeah, I'm probably dead too. Oh, you're alive still.
They're behind you too.
Yeah, they are. Holy shit.
I tried to set up a terrorist.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god, am I the last one alive?
Yeah.
And they're behind us too? How'd they get behind us? Crawl over to me. Oh, they're shooting me in the back. Oh, there are stairs there, aren't there?
Yeah, there's stairs. I put up a turret to try to stop them from going up the other stairs, but they got me on the way to doing that.
Okay, I need to get someone else alive. God damn it, turret, I love you.
I don't hear the gun.
Turret is so nice.
Fall back here. Rebecca.
But there's a guy right from here.
I've died twice during this fight. This is like my worst showing yet. Although to be fair, the second time they literally, I was downstairs.
Yeah, they just
exploring,
appeared around you.
and
huh?
a door opened when like 8 people just come out. I mean, what can you do?
Nothing. Like, if they just decide they're gonna pop up around you, you're fucked. I've reached that point where I've realized I need a better fucking gun, and it's always a bad point to be at with this game, because it never wants to give you guns. Now, I know yesterday was pretty generous, but Greg got shafted. Alright, you should be good forever. I don't want to hear you bitching. So yeah, I was actually a little more down about those games, but now that I think about it, they're fine. They're fine. I'll play Wipeout Omega. I don't really know anything or care about Sniper Elite, because I was playing YouTube videos while working on Fire Emblem, grinding pointlessly, and somehow I ended up watching that Battlefield 1 intro gameplay bit. And I was like, that is a very good gameplay intro for a fucking World War based shooter. So now I kind of want to buy that game. And it's like $20 at most, so maybe I'll grab it, and it's probably not that good, but damn, that's a good fucking intro. Remember that?
Where do they want us to go?
I don't know, they're not giving us any marker. Oh, yeah, they are. Down here?
Oh, there's stairs over here.
Okay, and then go through this door. Okay. Hey, we did it. We is wins. 61,000 XP. Okay.
Third time.
There's a DLC trophy for Sniper Elite 4, where you had to kill Hitler with a testicle shot.
Okay, come on. That is the magic of the medium of video games.
There's a bunch of kill Hitler trophies. Kill Hitler with the castle.
Let's do this main mission down here.
We're right by it.
Wait, which what? What are you gonna do, woman face?
Half?
There's an enemy control point right next to us?
Yeah.
Why is there still an enemy control point here?
That's the other thing I was gonna do after doing this.
I don't see your shade cache. So it must not.
Between the control point and where we're at.
Let's do the control point and work our way down to the mission Greg wants to do. How about that? We do the shade tech along the way, I guess. Everybody wins, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
Okay. Hey, our clan leveled up because we're so badass.
thinking. Awesome.
Yeah, don't fuck with us, people. Not that I'm gonna let you, because multiplayer's scary. Assault rifle. You're not actually bad. Another assault rifle.
Still killed you well blocked.
No, go away submachine gun. No, go away assault rifle. That's not the one I'm using. Okay, game. I demand you give me an LMG. It decided it was going to defy me.
Final on shit.
The good thing is, once we hit level 30, like, that's when these games really start, because that's when you actually get to start getting gear that will matter forever. Like, all these games, it's just wasting your time until you hit max level, and then you're getting the top level shit. That's when it matters. That's why all these games should have a way to level up your weapons. Oops, why did I hit that button? Xbox Live's gold, or Xbox Live gold free games for August 2019. For a whole month. Gears of War 4 is going to be available for free. Forza Motorsport 6, so I guess that's the two pillars of Xbox right there. They're still giving away Xbox 360 games. Torchlight and Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Wow, they're having a good fucking month. I mean, I know Greg's not going to poo-poo Castlevania Lords of Shadow, right?
Gosh darn it.
I can throw you a hive, Greg.
There's a guy behind you. Get him, get him.
Oh shit.
Dick.
Fucking night times, they can't do fucking anything.
Yeah. Where are you guys? Oh, you're doing an event. Okay. Public execution. I will come and help you guys. Turok 2, Seeds of Evil for Switch launches August 9th. Man, Turok is a fucking ancient-ass game series, isn't it? I don't think I've played a Turok since, what, Sega Genesis, maybe?
It debuted on the N64.
Really? What was that game I'm thinking of then? Ah, fuck, I don't even remember. Oops.
Yeah, I remember the original Turok, for N64, you need the memory card to be able to save your game. I didn't have one. I rented it, so I had to pretty much beat the game in one sitting.
Did you manage it?
Yeah.
You fucking pimp, you. I remember when console games had built-in battery backups, and there was a Sega game I played called, it was a Dungeons and Dragons game. I think it was like Warriors of the Eternal Sun or some shit like that. And my dad picked it up when he came home from Bosnia, where he was deployed. This is when we lived in Germany still. And I guess someone bought a Genesis and a bunch of games, and when Mike left, they let him just take the games, I guess. I don't know, because they were done. He had a kid, so fuck it. Cheap games, no one else needed them, or some shit. I don't know. But that was one of the games we got, and it was fucking great. In primitive mid-90s standards where you don't know better, that it's not great. And at some point, the battery backup in it died. And I still liked playing the game from time to time, so I would just leave my Genesis on for days to try and get through that game without fucking shutting it off and losing my progress. So, video games have come a ways since then. And really, what are the games everyone's buying for the rest of the year? I know we update this regularly, but August 9th, that's 3 days, shit.
Collection of Mana.
When does that come out?
August 28th.
Oh, that's my sister's birthday.
Really? That's my... never mind.
No, what is it, Ari?
I think it's my brother's birthday, too.
Oh, but you don't know.
Step brother, so...
Oh, fuck him then.
Yeah.
Rebecca has step siblings, so what do you think about your stepsister, Rebecca?
She'd be someone that I wouldn't interact with on
Might actually be August 26th, I don't know.
I don't know. I have a problem with women who go to college just to find a man.
Yeah, do it like my family did. Go to bars for that. They go to bars to get husbands, and then they fucking marry these pieces of shit, and they're like, why is he such a piece of shit? You met him at a bar!
Why is he an alcoholic? Because he works all the time.
Right. Fucking Poland. The little Poland we call Wisconsin. I have no sentimental attachment to it, so I'm probably not gonna...
I've never played any of the mini games, but... There's the Astral Chain game looks pretty good.
It does look good. I'm not sure I'm gonna get it. Just keeping an eye on it.
Wait on that.
I can't, like, there's no point in waiting on Switch games or buying them or whatever. It's just... I don't think it's an RPG, and if it was an RPG, it'd be a no-brainer, but the amount of RPG credentials in it is kind of questionable, so...
Let's see. Still torn on Iceborne.
Oh shit, they're coming up behind us. Including a yellow one. I'm probably not buying Iceborne. It's just... with limited money and the reality of writing guides, I have to think about whether I'm going to play it and if it's going to be worth my time. And...
It's more Monster Hunter.
I mean, I like Monster Hunter, but in a, okay, now I'm done, go away kind of way. Like, I was really itching for a real Monster Hunter experience, because I tried playing them on handhelds, and I just don't find the 3DS to be a very conducive system for action games.
Yeah, it sucks.
And maybe if it was like I'd played some of the Wii U versions or whatever, it would have been fine, but 3DS was not a good system for those. And I really wanted a good graphics, fun to play Monster Hunter game that you can just jump into and control easily and looks pretty. And Monster Hunter was exactly that. And holy crap, look at the bodies. We must have killed a small army here.
Yeah, it was a fucking small army.
And now that I've done that
before you guys got here.
For 500 hours writing that guide, that itch has been thoroughly scratched. Well, I don't think I need to go scratching anymore.
There's not too many games that stand out like I must have this for the rest of the year.
Well, Rebecca and I wasted a lot of money, and this is why we don't have money right now. One of the reasons, anyways.
Super broke.
Yeah. We bought those collector's editions for Baldur's Gate and Planescape Torment. Not Neverwinter Nights, fuck you. And we didn't get the cool $200 pack that had like the Beholder stuff because I just think it's better value to buy the two $100 ones. So yeah, it's $200 each we wasted on that shit. And there's a very good likelihood those won't be good ports and all that shit, and I'm aware of it, and I'm worried and wary and all that, so dispense with that. But it's Baldur's Gate, and I want the swag, and I'm willing to give them a try. And that's, what, late September that shit comes out?
Yep.
So that's where some of my money has went. And beyond that, I guess it's The Outer Worlds now, especially if I'm at least if I'm writing a guide for it. I might just let it ride if I don't end up writing a guide for it. But right now it looks like
that one's tempting.
It is, but it's also Obsidian and a new IP, and I like when they do new IPs, and I like Obsidian, but it's also, you know,
well, it will be the last game that will be multi-platform.
Most likely, yeah. And I'm not buying an Xbox for Obsidian games, so we'll see. This is exactly what Xbox needed to do, is get some fucking RPGs on their system. But if it's on PC anyways, I don't know. Well, whatever. I'm not going to go too far off field on that, but...
Is there any temptation for Dragon Quest XI on the Switch?
Oh, man.
Yes, but not with my money. I will probably make that a Christmas present and force other people to waste their money buying it for me. And that way I can have the dignity of not spending my money on it, but also have the shame of playing it again. So...
That's a shame. Cash, but some people gotta fight. So I'm gonna not fight that huge group of purple.
But yeah, there is temptation.
Yeah, let's go.
Also,
let's
Borderlands
go
3, that's already paid for. So... I wish I could share this gun. Is there anyone who wants a fucking 10K marksman rifle?
Oh man,
I mean, I'll take it.
I'll
How can I
pick up this guy for...
Puppy, don't run away from me, puppy.
I got a 5K marksman rifle.
I marked it as shared. I don't know what I have to do after that, but
Where are you?
like I know how to share it, but I don't know what happens with it after that. So
I see a thing on the ground.
oh, well, I mean, if that's how it works, by all means.
Yeah, let's see if it works.
It's like 9.6k damage. So
Yeah, 9.1K.
okay, it must have scaled down. I don't know anything else about it, so
Why is it not letting me equip it? I have to be level 22?
Ah, bus. And I think you can
Oh, you're almost there. Okay.
only have it shared for a while. And there's a purple weapon just sitting here. So, I mean, Astral Chain is still pre-ordered on Amazon, but I'm not necessarily inclined to keep it.
There is one game I will be getting if it releases this fall.
Oh no!
What are we doing here?
Oh, we're going to a main mission.
It's called Indivisible.
Yeah, there's a main mission way the fuck down here.
Indivisible? What the hell is that?
Right next to us.
It's by the makers of Skullgirls.
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh,
like
we
a side-scroll.
completed that one. Have we not done that one yet?
Oh. Oh, maybe. Is it,
I believe I
is it
sent you
sprayed
links
out
and stuff
itself?
like that in Discord, but basically it's side-scrolling, like platforming-esque, but it has a Valkyrie profile battle system.
What's that like?
Each character is assigned to a button, like 4 characters in a party.
Oh, okay. And you don't know if it's coming out this year?
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Game looks fucking gorgeous too.
Is it still like hand-drawn and everything?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh, that's interesting.
These main missions are completed.
Yeah, we've completed most of these main missions. I don't know... We shouldn't have completed them all with you. I think we did some without you, or did we just do side quests?
We did mostly side quests last one.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see any main missions that don't have the big ones completed and stuff, so... Except for this one way at the bottom.
I have one at the bottom. It's Jefferson Plaza. Yeah. Let's do that one.
Well, there'd probably only be one main mission not complete, so... I mean, then it would go on to the next one.
To the full point north.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently I'm running towards it. So, yeah, end of September, the Baldur's Gate games. Hopefully they are playable on the PlayStation 4. I've heard that, like I said, someone at RP Gamer played them at one of the shows they had. It wasn't E3. And he said it took a little getting used to, but it wasn't bad. There's a lot that can go wrong with those games, so hoping for the best, but we'll see. Borderlands is October, and is it? Or is it the end of September? Okay. Now, so that'll be right after those Infinity Engine games come out, which is fine. They're for different purposes. I'm not writing a guide on Borderlands.
Borderlands 3 comes out September 13th.
At least I don't think I'm writing a guide on Borderlands. I know Jared was... Oh, some of these textures aren't loading. I know Jared was fishing for a guide, but I don't know how that ever went. Get him, turret.
Borderlands is definitely that type of game I just want to play.
Yeah, but I mean... You wouldn't take a few $100 if someone told you to write a guide about it.
I mean...
Because it'd be an easy guide. You just write up all the quests.
Shoot the guy in the face.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically just telling people where to go and maybe pointing out the odd chest here or there. I mean, it'd be a pretty paint-by-numbers, just pay me and go away guide. But obviously, Borderlands, or Baldur's Gate's way, way high up on the list of things I'd write about.
Yeah, Borderlands guides are pretty cut and dry.
They're probably not so bad when you don't have to fix somebody else's.
You guys can probably fast travel right to Ari instead of walking.
Yeah, I've already done this mission, so I was able to fast travel to it.
For some reason, I was
think
able to fast travel to it.
I thought away those memories, Nathan. You brought them back.
Yeah, I'm just living trauma here. Okay, I guess I'll fast travel to you guys. Yeah, because there's nothing I want to do less when it comes to writing a guide than fixing somebody else's guide. I think if I'm ever asked to do that again, I will say, I will write you a whole new guide, but I'm not fixing theirs.
That's what I essentially did anyways.
I mean, it can't be fun because I guess in their minds they're like, well, we already had like half a guide. How long can it take to fix it? No, you had 0 of a guide. In fact, you had negative guide because I had to go back and undo this person's shit and read what they did wrong to fix it. It would have been easier to write it from scratch. So, writing somebody else's guides or fixing someone else's guides is not fun. Although I have developed a bit of a knack for it, which is unfortunate.
I am curious about that. Just to see how bad it is. Omega Labyrinth game.
Oh, Greg, you want to tell us about that?
I mean, I don't know anything really about it. I really don't like those rogue games.
It is a game where your character's boobs get bigger as they level up or something, right?
Yeah, their strength of the character or something. Like, they get stronger as their boobs get bigger.
Now, this could actually potentially be a fun fan service game. It's just Japan has to make all the characters look like fucking children, so it's distasteful. Like, if this was a game with characters like Ivy and Taki from Soul Calibur, then we'd be talking, right?
I thought that's how Soul Calibur works.
Well, kinda, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of Soul Calibur, they did announce a new DLC character coming out.
Cassandra, isn't it?
Out already. Yep. And he, definitely bouncy.
So, did they announce a second season pass?
Yeah, they did.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought they meant. Okay. Well, that doesn't make me happy, but that's not their business to make me happy.
Yeah, Cassandra's out now. And second season pass, only one character is known so far. It's a character from Samurai Showdown.
Like, I'm tempted to buy the first season pass for like 2B and shit, but some of the character customization items, but I don't know. Now they announced the second one, I'm like, you have to unlock it all, Rebecca. It was like that in other Soul Calibur games too, where you just had to unlock most of it. The only difference is I unlocked most of it for you.
I hope it actually unlocks for this one, does it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of the character customization stuff unlocks. Has anyone played this game more than I have, Jared? I mean, character customization stuff in Soul Calibur 6 unlocks the more you play, right?
It's been so long since I played, I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I played it at launch and then I haven't really played it.
Well, I got the collector's edition for $50, so I gave Rebecca the old physical copy I had, and she played it some. She doesn't like fighting games, but she likes creating characters and shit, so...
I was playing the story. That's the story.
Holy crap!
There's a bunch of fighting game news this weekend because of
Evo. Yeah.
Dragon Ball FighterZ has new DLC characters. Of course, one of them is another Goku type character. Because why not? There was a new King of Fighters game announced.
Was it 15?
Yep. Street Fighter 5 is getting new DLC characters. E-Honda, Poison, and a character from Final Fight named Lucia.
Okay, so somebody who understands this. What is it with Poison being a fucking, like, transsexual? Is that actually a thing, or where did that come from?
I think so.
Okay. Because I've heard like
came from freaking Japan saying in the very beginning that she was a transsexual.
Okay, so
in
that's
the very beginning.
That's
Everything
actual
else
canon.
Has been retconned.
So she was a transsexual originally, but now she's not, and just an actual, just a
retconned, yes, because you know.
Well, because yeah, she's not good fat material if she's transsexual, I guess, and that's what they're all about. Look, you're not designing that character unless it's going to be fat material, and you're not making it a transsexual looking like that unless it's a trap. Like, it's clearly an inside joke. We know Japan is about these issues. I can summarize the entire character as, hee hee, you wank to a transsexual character. Rebecca, I assume I will have to show you Poison, so you know why it's... Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she was from Final Fight, right, originally.
Oh, okay.
So wasn't there there was a palette swapped character that looked exactly like her too? That
everyone
was
called Roxy.
Right, Roxy. You're never supposed to think she was transgender or whatever.
Well, this is what Capcom had it as in the original, and everything since then is just retconned. I guess PC. For better or worse.
It was funny too. I was watching there was some gameplay footage of Poison, and her whip has a fucking hitbox.
Oh boy.
She was working on what the fuck
If it presents as female, it's a she. Come on. Let's be progressive here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But yeah, she was trying to hit, or someone was testing it out with Balrog, and like, the whip was barely touching, was not even barely missing Balrog. And Balrog was hitting the whip, and Poison was taking damage.
Oh, wow. That's... Oh shit, they're coming up beside us. Oh, I hate this place. I hate this place. I made the same mistake I was here last time.
I think the other two fighting game news is that MK11 showed off Nightwolf. And they're gonna say who the last two DLC characters in the season pass,
And Nightwolf
later
was
on in the
weird.
month.
Like his little helmet thing he was wearing was really weird.
It looks pretty cool in this game so far.
Oh yeah, here's that individual. Okay. Like, I feel compelled to say, I don't care if Poison is transsexual or not. It's just I've heard multiple things, and it seems to change, and there's like an argument about it, and I have no clue because I don't really follow Street Fighter. Oh, this fucker's gonna try and come up behind us.
They announced a new Guilty Gear game. And then Tekken 7 is having another season pass. This is the third one.
Oh, jeez.
It's gonna have 4 characters, and 2 characters were revealed.
Alright.
Some chick named Zafina. I think came from Tekken 6. And some new character. I don't really watch any of them EVO matches.
I don't follow EVO on Twitter. I don't care about esports or really fighting games. I think I followed them because they were doing some giveaway, and they were just spamming my timeline with random fucking person does game, yay. I'm just like, I don't care. There's just walls of this shit.
Quote unquote controversy with EVO though.
Of course, there always is, isn't there?
But I think it was during a Tekken segment. They showed a codec thing with Snake.
Oh yeah, now people are like,
People were like, oh my god, Snake's gonna be in Tekken or something. And then they came out afterwards and said that it was a joke. I think today, David Hayter was like, oh, you didn't ask permission to use me, or you didn't ask permission from Konami to use my character in the game or my voice, so don't do that again.
Wait, they didn't get Konami's permission and they used David Hayter's voice?
Yep, I think so.
You can't do that, man. Like David, okay, I heard.
But if China does it, you're okay with it.
You're copying somebody's voice, dude. Yeah. Jeez, Greg. Look at this shit that started. Apparently, China is a little bit better at copyright than Evo.
I'm pretty sure there's probably no copyright laws in China either.
I mean, that's what this whole TPP bullshit is all about. It's trying to rope China into our copyright laws so that our corporations can continue to fucking profit. Because eventually China keeps copying shit. They're going to get good at it. They're going to start making things that people are actually going to want to buy instead of the originals. And you know, you can question the legality of that, but, you know, Disney's not going to want to fucking...
Honestly,
once you get in their knockoff Avengers.
Honestly, that game looks kind of better than Breath of the Wild.
Get ready to defend where we came from.
I can't say that because I haven't played Breath of the Wild, but it does look like a good game. And again, I don't see anything. I haven't looked at it in depth. Someone needs to make a side-by-side video. I'm surprised that's not already out yet. But I haven't seen anything that was just so emblematic of Breath of the Wild. That was just like a system that... And just look at all the Souls knockoffs are.
It's not like Breath of the Wild. They made it open world. It didn't invent stamina system.
It didn't invent stamina. It didn't invent tile-based inventory management. They didn't invent cell shading. So I don't care. It's like they were inspired. Whatever.
They didn't invent Dragoon.
Salt and Sanctuary was inspired by Dark Souls. You know, Neo was inspired by Dark Souls. I don't know why Breath of the Wild is sacrosanct, but everything else isn't. So I just whatever.
Everything's a knockoff of everything. Originality is dead.
Pretty much.
What? How did I get
Because you're the dumbass who was downstairs when everyone else is upstairs, where it's thoroughly protected.
Oh, I'm coming to get you. Another wave ran through that door. That's probably what got you. Side-scrolling action RPG, The Oriental Exorcist, announced for PS4 and PC. Now, they talked about this on the other podcast I was on, and I heard it was known by various other names, too, like the Eastern Exorcist and shit like that. I mean, they had a big China show. Was it China Joy? Where a lot of this was shown off, and I gotta say, guys, this is getting scary, but China's gonna start making games soon. I mean, they're getting there. You used to avoid Chinese games because you could fucking tell, right? And in a lot of ways, Korea has that problem where they never quite made it across the gap where they were just quality enough that you wouldn't play them and be like, they might be getting there.
See, the problem with Korean games is that they're fucking grindy as fuck, especially the MMOs.
Yeah, and they're just all weird. Like, the only Korean game, I think this is Korean, Kingdom Under Fire?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure. That's like the only one I remember playing any significant amount of and enjoying. It is.
Black Desert's Korean too, right?
Yeah. Oh, shh. Don't let go of the rope when you're rappelling down an elevator. That's kind of dumb. But, I mean... Yeah, just... There's a certain level of unrefined jank to them that I don't like. And it took a long time for Europe to get past that, too. Like, well... I guess it depends where in Europe, because it's not really... UK has been over that limit for a while. Okay, where are all these fuckers? Living World Sandbox RPG, Project Witchstone, launches for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC in Q2 2020. I'm going to be so tired of playing video games by fucking April of 2020. It is going to be unreal. So, I think if you're a developer, you just need to like not release anything from June to August. The world you explore is alive, meaning that characters that inhabit this world go on with their daily lives and follow a routine, kind of like Morrowind. That cutting-edge new game that had all those systems that we are talking about. Someone has a car. Oh, don't let it be that gold bastard. Oh no, he's just throwing grenades at me. Or does he have a grenade launcher? Okay. Well, go pick on somebody else, you bastard.
Oh shit.
He's attacking my turret. Oh, he killed baby turret. I avenged you, baby turret.
That's my turret.
I don't care. I love all turrets. As long as they're ours.
I told you, it draws their aggro.
I know, he's sitting there swinging at it while I was shooting with an LMG. Doesn't seem very smart, but I'm not gonna, complain.
I had to play peekaboo with him for a little while by running around that pillar. Did you see me doing that? Because he was going after me, and then my turret
Use Use actions common in RPGs, dialogue, combat spells, abilities, stats. Well, common in RPGs, that's another word for theft.
Yeah.
Derivative of other RPGs. No overarching predefined main story thread. You get to decide how you want to proceed. No, I kind of want you to tell me how to proceed. Like, I want you to tell me a story. You can try to sell that you couldn't think of a story all pretty like if you want, but we know what it is. It's a living open world sandbox RPG. From Omen, Sight, and Stories Path of Destiny's developer Spearhead Games. I've heard of neither of those. But hey, if it's good, we'll check it out. An overview on its Steam page. Okay. This made me feel really old when I read it, so hopefully it'll affect all of you too, since I'm the second most baby on the podcast. Greg being the baby of the podcast. Diablo is now playable...
Which makes sense in that.
Yeah, it's just, well, that's how it is.
Because you're always throwing a tantrum.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. That is totally me. Shut up.
Over China.
Oh. Oh, he's only done it the one time.
Me when you're speaking Chinese in 30 years.
Okay.
Don't worry, they'll just copy English.
If our healthcare system doesn't get fixed, I'll probably be dead before that.
Yeah, right. I don't have any long-term plans. My long-term plans are play Final Fantasy VII Remake and Cyberpunk.
And then die.
I mean, you know, there are multiple parts of Final Fantasy VII. We'll see. If the first part sucks, then yeah, time to go. If not, I'll consider staying on this fucking Cheeto-ridden planet. Oh. Nyat nyat. I call bullshit. He should have dropped me an item, not carbon fiber. What a rape. Racist.
Rape?
I was gonna call her racist. Rip-off. Rip-off and racist got mixed in my head. I don't know.
And turn into rapist.
Yeah, I know. That's a weird combination. Where is my mind at? He raped me of a gun drop. Or something.
For racist reasons.
But anyways, Diablo is now playable on your web browser. Remember when that was like cutting edge PC gaming right there? Now you can just play it on fucking Chrome.
Our PC to be able to play that shit.
Okay, that was a little bit of a exaggeration because I don't think Diablo 3 was ever cutting edge, but still, it wasn't something you played on a web browser. What a fucking world.
Oh, there's another one. There's a Cruz Suns team chest here. I don't have any fucking.
Where are all these fuckers hiding at? Oh, okay, I see one.
Down below you?
I know that. How are there people off to my side? And it's trying to be all dynamic with its lighting effects, but it just keeps making it dim and bright repeatedly. Lighting is the future of games. Where are you going, dude? Okay, I see where Rebecca is. She's just waiting for him to try to sneak around us.
I've killed a few. I still have to stop that.
I don't feel like I'm in a good position for this fight, really.
There's like a shit ton of them coming out of a doorway over here.
I mean, I'm in a good fallback position if something happens to you guys, but where are they running off to? Oh, they're running down and around. Okay, they're going to be flanking these stairs soon. Yeah, they're right up by you, Ari.
Yeah, I see.
Thanks for turning the game all dark so I couldn't see anything. Fuckers.
Act like it's necessary to see shit to do things.
I mean, it's like they got too creative with the lighting for their own good. There are a lot of lighting problems in this game. So, to be clear, this is kind of like a shareware version of Diablo that you can play on your web browser. Similar to the Spawn version they had back in the day. So, it's not like you get the full game just by Googling it, but well, can definitely just be played on a browser now. So.
Man, I thought I just got a gold item, but it's upgrade.
Hey, where's that chest at, woman?
Oh, follow me.
I'm not sure I have a key for it, but I can see. No, I don't have any keys, no. Never mind.
Respawn zone.
Oh wow, this fucking news. Crash Team Racing gets new dinosaur-themed track and microtransactions. So, I'm sure Sarah is going to be pleased by all this. I heard people complaining about this and saying Activision promised there wouldn't be microtransactions. You trusted Activision. You silly people. So, it's pretty scummy. Does anyone actually have Crash Team Racing?
It's installed on mine, but I don't have the game.
Yeah, you just played with Sarah.
I do.
I kind of figured Jared would have it. So did you follow this microtransaction story?
A little bit.
Did you follow the other controversy where they had like a character that was named something Watermelon?
Oh, no, he had a shirt you could put on that was called watermelon.
Well, yeah, but the outfit
and
was watermelon.
It made her skin look darker when she wears that suit. Changes her fur to darker color. So people thought it was racist.
Yes.
That's so stupid.
That is really stupid.
Character skins have been around, especially for retro games, for
yes,
years and years.
But
and
it
years.
supposedly
No
made her
one called that
skin
shit
darker
racist.
and dark connotation with watermelon. It's dumb.
She's furry.
Yeah,
It's
like
fur.
fur is not skin
And
color. Just FYI.
It's the color is watermelon. It's a pink shirt. She wears a pink shirt.
Oh, bullshit. So what are they hitting me with that just knocks me out of cover?
I think they have a shirt on.
They have a mortar guy up there. At the
Oh,
top.
fuck him.
Yeah. Did that
More mortar bullshit. They're having a Dragon Quest XI demo. Apparently it's only going to be in Japan that we know of. Why even have no respawn zones? Like, fuck you. Let me fucking quit the game then, you piece of shit. I don't care.
Destiny did it.
Garbage. Well, Destiny sucks.
There's a reason Destiny 2 is $3 brand new on GameStop right now.
Yeah. And why it's going free to play, because I can't fucking sell the thing for any money. I mean, it's not that Destiny 2 is a bad game, it's just it's a nothing game. There's nothing to it. Like, it never gave me a compelling reason to ever want to play it.
Greg, I'm like right by you.
And I'm pretty sure mortars don't fire that fast, so this game is fucking full of cunts.
Greg, I'm at
They can fire pretty fast.
Can you
Not
it's
twice
just,
in 5 seconds. Not a little
Yeah,
hand
running
tube
high.
mortar.
Thanks, Ari.
Yep.
At least I killed the guy.
Oh, no. There's a yellow guy next to you.
He's got no life. Just shoot him.
Oh.
Fuck's sakes.
I don't want to fucking get killed.
Yeah, because then you have to sit here for 5 fucking minutes. E3 Expo leaks the personal information of over 2,000 journalists. Yay! A spreadsheet containing the contact information. Is there another fucking guy in that mortar already?
Yeah.
Dick. Get a fucking hobby. A spreadsheet containing the contact information and personal addresses of over 2,000 games journalists, editors, and other content creators was recently found to have been published and publicly accessible on the website of E3 Expo. Jesus, these people. The Entertainment Software Association, the organization that runs E3, has since removed the link to the file as well as the file itself, but the information has continued. Why are there more fuckers now?
Because this is the boss round.
Oh, I thought we already beat it.
No.
Jeez. Yeah, I'm trying to read some fucking news. As well as the file itself, but the information has continued to be disseminated online in various gaming forums. I mean, if you download this shit and you're a gamer, you're an asshole. Right? You have no reason to fucking download this. At all. And I know at least 2 people who were personally affected by this. And before you swallow the rhetoric of games journalists bad, and I know there's a lot of them that are utter fucking shitheads, but when you get to 2,000 people and you start calling them all games journalists, these are people working for no money at very small sites that just went to E3 because they lived in the relative vicinity and occasionally post on some small gaming site. A lot of them are like this. So you're not sticking it to big bad Kotaku if you fuck with these people. You're not stopping the evil SJWs that are trying to take your games away. You're just fucking with some gamers who went to a gaming convention and then posted about some of the games they played. That is a vast majority of these people. And this is also why... Wasn't there some gaming convention that wanted you to, like... I think it was BlizzCon, wasn't it? That wanted a whole bunch of your personal information?
Yeah.
This is why you should not allow them to get away with that shit. Because they're stupid. They are dumb. They will get your account stolen and all kinds of fun shit. And I mean, this is another issue where mass movements matter. If you just stand up and say, no, you're not fucking getting this data, go fuck yourself. I don't care if you want to sell my data to some fucking Chinese company you're working for to produce your shitty Diablo game. You're not doing it. If everyone did that, well, they either don't have a fucking expo or they have to remove that restriction. Oh, where the hell are you? It's so dark I can't fucking see anything. Oh, we already completed this mission? We're just leaving now?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all the news I have. That we have posted, I should say. So if anyone else wants to talk about games they've been playing, things they plan to do, I feel like we never really tied a bow on the games we're going to be buying the rest of the year. What do I have?
There's a shade thing over here.
I'll follow Greg.
Maybe not.
I mean, I've just been mostly playing DQ Builder 2 and Mario Maker 2.
And presumably whatever you've been working on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just uploading my 3rd level on Mario Maker 2.
Oh boy. Apparently Jared is a bit of a masochist when it comes to... Or no, not a masochist, sadist. He likes hurting other people. When it comes to these games, Ari might be able to attest.
Yeah, I can't beat those levels.
Ari's like, yeah,
Have
fuck
you
you,
tried
Jared.
spin jumping?
Yes, I tried spin jumping. No, it's not working.
I should really record me finishing those levels and upload them to YouTube or something.
Hey, Rebecca, what level are you?
I don't know. What's it say on this corner?
I'm not looking at the
16.
screen. Okay, so you can't use this anyways. I don't know. Why don't you do all the work? Goddamn
I
woman.
have to fucking enter a menu. All you have to do is look up.
I'm in a menu.
Okay. Somebody else will put the screen. I'm heading to a side mission, so...
How dare you? How very dare you? Oh. And my... Yeah, you are getting obsolete, aren't you? Well, no, not quite. I'd rather have the... Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of you because I'm never gonna equip you, even if you're technically better in some ways. Ah, so much junk in this game. I kind of like and hate that you can buy better gear. I think it's always been a love-hate thing in games. Okay. Oh, we're all going in different directions, aren't we? Yeah.
None of you are going the same way I was.
Oh, you're going to the lab quarantine mission?
Sure.
Well, that looks really cool to where you're going, so...
That is cool.
Okay, fair enough. What the hell is... settlement? I'm gonna go sell stuff and then I'll fast travel back to you. Okay, Rebecca?
Okay.
But yeah, we're getting the Infinity Engine games September, Borderlands, and then I guess it's just the Outer Worlds if I write a guide for it. I can't think of anything else. And I'll probably pick up stuff like Torchlight 2. Hopefully that'll go on sale and be a good port, because if it is, that's a obvious podcast game. Definitely going to pick up Dragon Quest Builders 2 for Black Friday. Probably Resident Evil 2 as well. Might get someone to get me Dragon Quest 11 for the Switch for Christmas, so I don't have to burn my money on it. And then keep an eye on that Remnant from the Ashes game, because that actually looks pretty good.
I did pick up that Judgment game.
Oh, yeah, I heard people talking about that. I heard it was very much like,
Yakuza.
yeah.
Yeah, it was on sale and I had birthday money. I was like, why the fuck not?
Yeah, I mean, is it any good? Do you have anything to say about it, or did you not play enough?
I haven't touched it yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, that says something, but not about the game.
Yeah, since I have a problem.
Yes. Yes, you do. But hey, Greg collects games, so, I mean, we all have a little bit of a problem, right, Greg?
I mean, it was $30 with the discount from Best Buy. So.
Problem is, I don't have more games.
I picked that up and I picked up the season pass for DQ Builders 2.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about that. Like, fishing, really? You're gonna put that like, are they adding anything substantial with that season pass?
Not really.
I didn't think so.
It had some nice recipes and stuff in there.
Like, I'm also thinking about Fire Emblem season pass, but I'm just like, do they really have anything I care about?
I got a shotgun that does 13.8k.
Jesus, that's about 50% stronger than I've even seen.
It's my sidearm, dude. It's a sawed off.
Oh, okay. And so Greg's been playing a lot of Harvest Moon and Fire Emblem. What have you been playing, Ari?
I did some Fire Emblem, only about 7 hours.
Only.
Yeah, I got that SNK 40th anniversary.
Okay.
A bunch of old shooters and stuff. Been playing that. Lots of old arcade stuff.
I mean, only 7 hours for normal people is like, yeah, only 7 hours. But for us, yeah, that's basically what Rebecca did yesterday, so I guess it's fair to say only.
Yeah, well, one of my friends already played 67 hours and beat it, so...
Yeah, I'm just trying to learn how everything works, so getting to the end isn't really the whole goal.
I still haven't touched my copy yet.
Oh, you actually have it?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think you actually bought it.
I got the collector's edition.
Oh, okay. So, Greg, how'd that collector's edition turn out?
Which one? I'm lost.
Fire Emblem.
Oh, it's not bad.
I mean, did it come in good condition and everything?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it came
okay.
Perfectly fine.
Because we spent, like, money on insurance and shit, so...
Yeah, I wanted to make sure it came to you. It was like $1.80 in insurance.
Well, it's still, and there's money to ship it, so I want to make sure it was...
The rest of the shipping cost was how much it actually cost us.
Yeah, just weight and shit. So, well, good thing that turned out relatively painless. I mean, I hate having money transactions and shit, because nothing can fuck things up faster than money, but it looks like they've worked out this time. Apparently, we have really good mail service between Clarksville, Tennessee, and wherever the fuck you live.
Woodlawn.
Well, Woodlawn, whatever. I'm just saying the relative area. That's right, right. We use the good small country one. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. They're gonna get
So, I mean, they get shit to you really fucking fast, and so far so good. I mean, I'm surprised how fast they've been shipping all this shit, honestly. Crawl over here. Crawl to the... I don't know how to orient it.
I know where you are. Not sure I can crawl there.
Yeah. Oh, I think I got him.
I only have a sliver left.
Ah, you have more left than that. All these mods have got to go. They're just eating up space. Yeah, we can do this mission, our side quest with you. I don't know. But I think this will be a good... we're doing a side mission that we did last time, but Rebecca hasn't done. But I think this will be a good note on which to end the podcast, and I'm in the mood to kind of keep playing The Division 2, if everyone else is. I mean, because other than that, I have to do my job, and I don't want to have to stop playing video games to play more video games.
Yeah.
You should cancel out your turret there.
Oh, right. I forgot I had it deployed. Alright, well, that'll do it for this week. Hopefully we will not have more fucking politics to talk about next week, but I'm not going to make any promises if...
Sure there'll be more shootings and like the same video games.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it'll be a footnote if that happens. If they actually try to pass some legislation or do what they normally do and decide they need to do more research on violent video games. No, you don't. Science is settled on this front. So... other than that, hopefully we got some news. It looks like a couple slow weeks coming up until Astral Chain. I'm interested to see how that goes, and yeah, I guess we are just kind of in holding territory for the next month and a half, and then we'll start having the Infinity Engine games and Borderlands 3.
Before the storm.
Yep. I mean, it's like, there's going to be a calm right now for the next 6 weeks or so. There's going to be a storm, but it's not going to be that... It's not going to be tempestuous, right? I mean, there's some good shit coming out.
There's a lot of games coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit, but there's nothing amazing. We don't know. There's not like a Red Dead coming out, you know? Borderlands 3 is pretty fucking big. The Infinity Engine games aren't big, but they're big to me.
What is it? That's September, isn't it? Link's Awakening.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of tempting. I don't think I'm going to get it, but it is tempting. It does look really good. And then, I guess the Outer Worlds a month after that, and then's the real fucking calm before the real fucking storm, because when the early 2020 games start coming, that's going to be some shit. So, we'll see how things play out until then. But anyways, I'll start up another stream after this, where we'll keep playing the Division 2, I guess. And until next week, see you guys later.
Yep, see you.